Brits are warned to stay at home and not go to work as a mutant strain of superflu tears through the country.
A whistleblower leaked this footage of the interior of a UFO.
Someone, somewhere, always knows the truth. Maybe it's buried, maybe it's hidden, or maybe it's waiting for you.
How do you drive off a roundabout to that level? That is insane. Like, how is that possible? How do you mess up that much? Now talk about one of the most horrible experiences ever that could happen to a child.
So how old were you when you realized that everything is designed to keep us docile, weak, and sick?
I want to say when I was 15 and I thought when I got a job at Target, am I going to do this for the rest of my life? This doesn't make much sense to me. Like, I'm literally working and I don't have free time for anything.
Kids tell me some of the wildest stuff and they were telling me the truth.
If you look, there's liquid dripping off the end, so that burns.
I think this is man-made. It must be for a movie or something, or a hoax, because this doesn't look like it's from another dimension or another world. It looks man-made.
In the dock?
I would doubt he knows.
So when this airs, that'll be the first time that his legal team, Diddy, that everybody knows that this footage is now seeing the light of day. One could watch this and think that you really hate Sean Combs.
If Sean Combs watches this, what do you think he's going to feel?
Like, wow, this is amazing.
We know for a fact 50 Cent hates P. Diddy. 50 Cent is one of the most pettiest people on the planet. I'm not surprised he made this documentary at all. I know I probably won't be watching it because I'm not really all that interested in stuff we already know about.
Bro, I'm 44 seconds into this Diddy documentary. Boy, where did 50 Cent get this footage from? 50 got the footage from the across the room. Are you kidding me? We're 50 seconds in. Hey, listen, 50, I apologize in advance for anything I did to you in the future because I don't want to fuck you over, nigga. You the wrong to play with. Look at the footage. Bruh, this is grimy.
The index of other news tonight, a major recall. More than 250,000 cases of shredded cheese products sold at major retailers, including Aldi, Target, and Walmart. Sold in 31 states and Puerto Rico under different brands. Great Lakes Cheese Company says that cheese may contain metal fragments.
It's crazy because I actually eat that exact brand from Target. I guess I'm never getting that brand ever again.
This girl captured something creepy in this video. After watching the video the next day, she noticed that the family driving in the car looked very strange. Do you think they look creepy?
I know if I was driving and I happen to see that in somebody's back seat, I'm gonna be looking at them weird and I'm thinking about calling the cops because that could be some people that are alive or you know where I'm hitting.
Jesus Christ! Right, come out here, you're under arrest. You don't have to say anything, but it may harm your defense. You do not mention when questioned.
Want to prank your friend? They were caught on a hidden camera stealing chicken from the supermarket. Just upload their photo, pick the effect, and boom. You fooled them. Try it free now and don't miss the trend.
So you can prank your friend by saying that they were caught on a hidden camera stealing meat by uploading one of their pictures onto an AI app. From the rip, this is exactly what I've always thought that Google VO and like all of those would function as. I think we're getting really close to a full surveillance state and we just don't know it yet because we don't have full disclosure. And we all know they're trying to get us to stop eating meat. I don't know the exact reason why, but they want us to cut down on our meat consumption. So the fact that AI apps are running ads to get you to download this so that you could, practice framing your friends. There is just so much wrong here. There's a million reasons why I feel that Jesus is coming back very, very soon. I don't know when, but soon for sure. This is adding like 10 drops into the bucket.
For real right now? Are you... What the f***? Am I supposed to drive over this? What the f***?
A whistleblower leaked this footage of the interior of a UFO. Now y'all look at this. Now allegedly this UFO was hidden inside Area 51 for over 40 years. And if you look at the interior of this UFO, this looks like something we cannot understand. And once you go inside, I heard it could be as big as a football stadium.
That's exactly how I would imagine a UFO looks, but at the same time, it looks like that ride from the carnival when I was a kid.
That's not me. That's another lady.
All right, so it's moving. But wait, when we start moving, it looks like it's still, and then you can tell it's moving again.
God damn, they through you.
州政府的人能不能得到惩戒？
Absolutely disgusting. This is one of the reasons why landlords really like try to vet people, but you just never know. But this got to be on some hoarder status.
我的妈呀，能把房间住成这形状，这不垃圾场吗？这不是？小杜他妈，你真厉害！
You seem like you crazy. I get crazy.
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
You don't want to set me off.
We both can get.
How bad did it get at home between the two of you?
I made mistakes in that I didn't go with my gut instinct and the feel, and I know Nick better than, you know, some expert who's never met him. And I think had I listened to my own instincts, I would have done a lot better by Nick.
It was a real, like, nutcase. I was crazy. And I just, it was more than drugs. It's really always about more than that.
Why do nipple babies always wind up being crazy, or they change their gender or something really strange?
Look, dude, she couldn't find her way over there, so now she's over here. She's back in here trying to find a way into my property. You see her? Look at that face. Oh my God. It's right there staring at me. Dude, how scary is that?
Oh, like he sees someone. What was that?
I know, dude. What's going on? What are you seeing? Something's been spooking him. He's jumping around. This dude.
Oh, snap. I'm convinced animals can see things we can't see.
Started inviting many of his famous friends to son. And that list includes some of the greats in comedy. On a typical night, Carl would slip into Rob's bed.
Nothing funny about that. What's up with Hollywood and these weird roasts, and it's just them just exposing people and nothing ever happens to them.
So NASA casually announced that they're going to be launching UFO-shaped satellites into orbit, and that's starting tomorrow around noon is when the launching is going to begin. But I'm going to link the article, but essentially what it's saying is that right now they used kind of boxier, square-shaped satellites, and they're kind of inefficient, and if they make them flat and UFO-shaped, then they can utilize the space more. Which, if you know my channel at all, you know that I'm leaning towards UFO, alien life is here, The sightings have increased like 100-fold over the past couple years. They've been meeting in Congress talking about alien life and these ships. So I don't think it's a coincidence that NASA's pulling this type of thing, to where if you see something in the sky, you can be like, oh, well, that's just NASA.
Hello? What the? Whoa.
Are we gonna see another lockdown soon? We got some breaking news coming out of the United Kingdom. Take a look at this.
Brits are warned to stay at home and not go to work as a mutant strain of superflu tears through the country.
So let me just stop you there. That's pretty much all we need in the United Kingdom. The Sun says, stay home, do not work. That's good enough for me. See you tomorrow, guys. I'm going to bed. But hold on, I'll let you watch the rest of the video. But let me know what you think about all this.
The country is thought to be driving infections which are battering hospitals, schools and workplaces. Sun columnist and GP Dr. Zoe Williams warned the strain is more severe than normal and more infectious. She said she expects the flu situation to get much worse before it gets better. Several hospitals declared critical incidents amid rising cases of the virus, as well as winter bugs, RSV and neurovirus. Meanwhile, some schools have been forced to bring back COVID-style firebreak lockdowns as hundreds of kids fall sick.
Yeah, we're not doing that again. We saw how much inflation happened after that last lockdown.
Y'all want to know why everybody is getting sick now, especially with the food? If you're a snacker and you love to eat snacks, you're going to watch this, y'all. This is beyond disturbing.
How they really make the snacks you eat every day? Once you learn about this process, you might never buy them again. First, illegal factories secretly collect expired products from supermarkets that should have been trashed. Then they open packages, dump expired snacks into huge grinders, and pulverize even rotten, moldy items. Next, they add flavors, preservatives, and dyes to mask the foul smell and look of spoiled food. Using molds, they shape the mixture to look like new snacks. They print fake production dates on packages and seal them to appear fresh. These snacks then end up in markets and stores. Customers, seeing low prices and bright colors, buy them unaware they're eating garbage.
That is utterly disgusting. What do we say on this channel? Profit over human lives, right? Any way to cut corners. Man, it really make you not want to buy nothing from China or Asia, right?
There you go.
Oh, look at that bad boy.
Oh, down here.
Oh, shit!
Ow, ow, ow,
It reminds me when I used to install electrical meters in New Hampshire, and I remember them telling me that, yeah, the hornets come out the ground. I didn't actually believe them because where I'm from, hornets usually are in trees. I'll never forget when I was installing a meter, and I don't know if I hit some hornets came out the ground. I ran so fast back to my car, literally dived in the window. That wasn't the first time I did it, dived in the window. I know it sounds crazy to believe, but yeah, that's what happened.
Seriously? Thank you!
someone pulled over at the last second. And there's a cop. And he pulled him over.
Yo, you good, son?
I am. I told you I'm from Africa. Ethiopia. You know me. Uptown. No?
Yeah, what you doing up here?
Because I think I was looking for you.
What you looking for me for?
I like you.
You got the wrong door, man.
No.
Yeah.
I got the right person. Maybe it's the wrong address.
Yeah, this is why I never open my door unless I know a package or something is coming. Talking about she might have the wrong address, but the right person. No, you have the wrong address and the wrong person. Yeah, I swear some people have a survival instincts of a worm.
Our first caress.
Millions of people watched this shocking moment live on TV. None of it was planned. To this day, nobody really knows what happened. It looks like Wendy Williams saw something and then just dropped to the floor right after. About 3 years ago, you probably also saw that weird video of Katy Perry where her eye glitches. She pretends nothing happened and keeps performing. She's not the only one that happened to, and she never explained what it was, probably to hide something and keep people from worrying. In another live broadcast, a TV host glitched on camera, but watch closely how she wakes back up. I've never seen a stare that creepy in my life.
I'm sorry.
Kylie Jenner is known by hundreds of millions of people, and yet in one interview she does something you just can't explain. Watch the strange motion she makes with her hand. Everyone who follows this account knows what that gesture means. If you don't know, just ask in the comments. Either I or a real follower will answer fast.
And this is why some people believe MK Ultra is real. When you got people just pausing and then just like rebooting back up, it really do make you question, are some people being brainwashed?
But people are like ready to see this movie. They're buying the tickets. It's nuts. I mean, how does that feel to know that they love this film so much?
It's great, but I'm dead. So I can't answer any questions about that.
Oh, okay. So you don't want to give us a spoiler or anything like that?
I'm dead.
What about Black Panther 2? Anything?
I'm dead.
No, we're not ready for you to be dead, Chadwick.
But I am. I'm dead.
That interview with actor Chadwick Boseman was recorded in 2019. And as you can see in the interview, Chadwick is telling the reporter that he doesn't want to spoil anything about the future of the Marvel Cinematic Universe because he's dead.
Bro, look at y'all produce at the grocery store. Look what's under it. Boy, look at all that black mold with the fan blowing. The moldy water all on your boy, look.
This is why sometimes I think that a lot of times when people get sick and the E. coli and all that stuff from vegetables, I don't think it'd be coming from the manufacturing places or the farms. I think it'd be coming from the nasty grocery stores like we're seeing right now.
Huh. This area flooded and my car is driving in the middle of it. What the?
And that's the future they want for us. They want driverless cars. You paying monthly for everything and you not owning a single thing. Yeah, I don't think Waymo is nowhere near ready for the public across the whole country. Could you imagine the traffic jams from driverless driving and the trolls messing with it to make a traffic jam?
Yo, only in Brooklyn, y'all gonna see a million. Yo, what the is going on? What's up? What the Let me chill for these around with hot me and sun out here.
Is some type of event going on, something, because it literally look like they're gathering for something, but they all look confused. So maybe they know something that most people don't know.
Does no one else find it weird that schools every year hire a random third-party company to come and take high-definition pictures of children? How do we all just sort of brush past this fact? And then you actually go and look at these companies and you follow the money trail to see who owns them. Oh, wow, BlackRock, Vanguard, like what's going on here? And I know that sounds like a far-fetched conspiracy, but it's like, what do those companies do?
Those companies come in, they take your data and they sell it. And on top of that, they come in and they cut costs on these companies.
Farm data collection, and now we're giving them high definition photos that they can utilize for facial recognition. Like, it's not really as far-fetched as you think.
As one of my favorite YouTubers say, get a load of this person. Like, that is so stupid what you're doing. You have to respect animals from a distance. And what she about to do now is about to be even dumber. Now, what if that bear had lunged at her? She would be upset, thinking something wrong with the bear, when the bear is just being a bear. Respect animals from a distance. They're wild for a reason. It says people out here so dirty now, they got machine washers for people because people don't know how to wash their bodies. I know for a fact you smell somebody in the past week that is just rocking. Well, this machine is for them. I'm sure somebody lazy out here use it that don't want to wash their body properly. But it could be useful for people who aren't able to wash themselves, like disabled people and bedridden people. So that's the positive of it. But like I said, I know for a fact somebody lazy going to use it.
Camera video shows what Bel Air, Texas police say are skilled thieves approaching a suburban home. But look what happens as they get closer. The camera starts to glitch and the picture warps, all because police say the thieves are using a jammer, a small device that disables a home's Wi-Fi. It's something security systems rely on. Police say the use of Wi-Fi jammers is growing, ramping up just as the holiday season peaks, with criminals targeting packages left on the doorstep. Security experts say to protect your deliveries,
the first thing is you can get a hardwired system that is not dependent on Wi-Fi.
Plus, consider a locking parcel box, schedule deliveries for when you're home, and opt for a camera that records on an SD card.
As technology evolves to protect your stuff, robbers will evolve too. There's always been a cat and mouse game in this situation, and the reality is, if somebody want to get in your home, they won't get in your home. But make sure you do what you gotta do to protect yourself and your loved ones, because some people could care less if you have packages outside, and they just use that as an excuse to get inside your home. Zero. You're definitely not getting away. They want you, you're gone.
12 hours later. This one's on, I don't know, 12 hours plus 7 hours. Look at that. Hold on. I'll turn the light on. Wild.
Has anybody's Roku TV ever go from sleep mode to somebody's living room or bedroom? It says cat vision and it has a active date and time.
I can't tell if smart TVs are getting smarter or getting dumber.
Take a deep breath.
Long day, huh?
Here's a breaking news update into the Don Lemon Show newsroom. An update on the son of Rob Reiner. According to People, it is confirmed that the suspect in all of this is Rob Reiner's 32-year-old son, Nick. According to the reports and their own saying, Nick has had drug problems for a long time, since he was 15 years old. He's been addicted to drugs. He was an addict. He spent time on the streets homeless. He said sometimes he would spend months, even years, on the streets in different states. And he had gotten his act together. And back in 2016, Nick and his dad, Rob, I think they co-produced a movie called, a semi-autobiographical about Nick, the son, called Being Charlie. But Nick has apparently had issues for years, issues related to addiction, and now, according to People magazine, they are reporting that the suspect in all of this is, or the killer is believed to be, Nick Reiner, their 32-year-old son who has had problems before with drugs. We will give you more information when we get it into the newsroom.
Chief, are we safe in Brentwood tonight? Are we safe in Brentwood tonight, Chief?
I can't hear you.
Are we safe in Brentwood, the neighbors of the community?
Oh, are we safe in Brentwood? I'm sorry.
Yes.
Yeah, so we have officers here at the scene. We have officers in the area.
We're not looking for anyone in the Brentwood area at this point. We're not looking for anyone because we're still working on that part of the investigation.
Something happening in the city after what happened in January. I mean, this is a disaster. Listen to this right now. This is a disaster. No security for the neighborhood. No, the shit's out there. We know the son did it. It's already out there. It's been. I mean, this is a scam right here. Legal or not, it's a scam.
At this time, the Los Angeles Police Department is not seeking anyone as a suspect or as a person of interest or in any other manner, and we will not be doing that until we conduct our investigation and we move forward. That's all I have right now, and
we're being told that a family member is being interviewed in connection to these deaths. Can you confirm that? Is that family member being cooperative?
There are going to be many family members interviewed. I'm not going to confirm whether someone's being interviewed at this time or not. We're going to try to speak to every family member that we can to get to the facts of this investigation. Hold on. One at a time. Whoa. Hold on, one at a time. This gentleman is next.
First of all, rest in peace to him. I've seen him in several movies. Second, my question to you, the audience. Do you think somebody who's been in and out of rehab 18 times and been to jail, do you think they deserve a second chance? Leave a comment below. Let's talk about it. That press conference to me looked more like a TV set for a horror show than it did look like an actual crime scene. I like how the bear just strolls around like it's just a normal day for him.
Come on, sir.
Can't help but not to feel sorry for the bear. Obviously humans are picking up his natural habitat and is forced to go in the city, but you can tell it's just tired of everything. If you're enjoying content like this, I make videos several times out of the week. It'd be so cool if you hit the sub button and like button and join me on my next video.
This is the most New York City ever. How the did you even get in here, bro? How did you even get in here, bro? How
are you getting out is the question.
Take me to Chanel.
Hello from Waymo. As we get going, just give us 1 minute to
Already almost got into a car accident. Oh my God. I am never doing this again. Already almost got into a car accident. Oh my God. I am never doing this again.
Check out these trending videos. Apparently it is thick fog, never seen before in California, and there's so many videos about it on TikTok.
That fog is so thick that's covering California that these birds don't know where the to go. Look at all these birds. They supposed to be flying south for the winter. They still stuck in Northern California. Like, what the is really in that fog? They got these birds acting like this.
But when they say they're sitting in this fog, and I've just been driving regularly, what is this right here? There's something in the fog that I can't explain, but I ain't drove to nothing but fog. And look at this. Check y'all out. Crazy. Look, it's on that, but not on my windshield. What's going on? Ooh, they got asbestos in the air. That's crazy.
California is blanketed in fog once again, and this does not feel normal once again. Now, satellite images show a 400-mile-long stretch of fog from Redding all the way down to Bakersfield, and this shit's been coming back for weeks now. NASA says this is radiation fog, formed when the ground cools overnight, light winds and moist soil. Sure, that's the official explanation. But have you ever seen fog this thick, this persistent, and this huge?
California is looking like Silent Hill right now. I don't know what's going on in the air. It looked like some type of chemical on the car. All I gotta say is this: if the birds don't even know where to go at, you need to get out of that fog as soon as possible.
All right. So I took the other sample in, and I've been collecting more of this particles in the fog or whatever the substance is, and I put it in here. And I got a shiny light. So now you're getting kind of a look straight at the stuff. It's definitely like an oily texture, and it is on top. And I do have like a magnifying glass, but I don't think that it's going to work. But see them bubbles on top of that moisture? The moisture collects in there, and so do the particles. And you see like this stuff, it's like, I don't know, it's like oil. People have been saying like glycerin or something. I'm not sure, but I know that this might be why everybody's getting sick. So, crazy fog of 2025.
Let's keep an eye on this one, okay? We'll come back 6 months or maybe 3 months, and if people got sick more than usual, we know why, right? Something is very strange about that fog.
I was just scrolling through the ocean, and then I see this little piece there, and I'm like, what is that? So I pull it in, I'm like, wow, that kind of looks like a snake, if you know. And I keep drawing in, it says Sable Island. So I'm looking at this end, I'm like, that kind of looks like a tail. You know, if you look at it, it kind of looks like a shark's tail or a fin. So I'm going closer and closer, and then I see this here, and I'm like, wow, that kind of looks like a mouth opening. And as I draw it in closer and closer and closer, what do you see, guys? Do you see what I see? Do you see that? Do you see the eye right there, and the mouth is open? Do you see that? Does that look like a serpent to you? Because it looks like something to me. Look at that. It sure looks like a mouth and a mouth opening, right? Looks like these things are like embedded there, because man didn't make this stuff. I mean, look at that. Look at it. That's insane. Look, it literally looks like a mouth opening and it's spitting something out, okay? And this is, you know, a small island that I never heard of, but look at that. Doesn't that look like, I mean, look, the shape. Look at that. There's the mouth right there, open. There's the eye. Look, you could see it. Look at that. That literally looks like that beast in the Bible. Holy shit, man. I'll tell you what, the Bible's real, guys. Look at that, man. You can't make...
Maybe it's Leviathan. I know there's been several Reddits about people talking about exactly that. It do look like it's a snake eating his own tail, wrapping around the entire planet. I gotta admit, I'm surprised Google didn't redact that.
So we are all sitting here enjoying our Taco Bell, right? And Ghost Malone was over there shaking the door a second ago. Ghost Malone, if you are still around, do something.
It was a sign.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Look at her.
Nonchalant. Alright, so ironically, I'm watching Ghostbusters, right? Ghost Malone, Ghosty. Yo. Are you kidding? Alright, so I've been asking Ghost Malone some questions. Okay, so 1 time if you're there, 2 times, or I guess no times if you're not. Definitely there, okay. Are you friendly? Okay, okay. Do you like Ghostbusters? No? Okay, do you like movies? Okay, okay. And just on Ghostbusters, I guess it's insulting. Are you here to cause harm? Okay. Okay. Man, I wish I knew Morse code. We'd try that. Are you an older spirit? Okay, but not a bad spirit. Okay. Is there more than one of you? Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm going to think this is fake for the simple fact, who would be stupid enough to sit there and have a conversation with an entity when we all know entities lie about things all the time. And he talking to him like they've been friends for over 20, 30 years, like it's his best bro or something. To me, that just scream fake. Or the other possibility is he don't believe in ghosts and stuff like that, and he don't see that as a problem with it.
Y'all, whatever this thing is, it's getting a lot bigger and closer. Oh my God. Are you guys seeing this? These things look like giant planets in our atmosphere. You can clearly look at that, man. I don't even know what to call it. And it looks like the rainbow can go out for more, but something is disturbing it, y'all. Look at the atmosphere. Did I forget to mention that this thing is in Australia, also known as the Down Under? And this thing is big. Look at the bulb, bro. What is causing this? So when the first ring came out, scientists were calling it a sundog. So now that we have a double ring, what are you guys going to call it now? What are you guys going to call it now? Could this be the reason why the clouds are a lot lower in our atmosphere as well too? Like literally, I'm in Florida and the clouds are a lot lower than a lot of the buildings in Florida. And Florida is below sea level. This thing looks like a giant magnifying glass, y'all. Look at that, y'all. What is getting ready to happen on this planet? Anybody knows? Because there's no way they kept this type of information from us and not realizing that we were not going to see it for ourselves one day. But just like Chicken Little says, man.
This literally has nothing to do with 3D Atlas. I don't understand what his point is. Do you?
Mary, what the f***? He's doing it again. He's doing it again. Mary, he's doing it again. Derek! Hey, Derek! I know you're with me, dude. Derek! Derek! I'm talking to you, man. Stop with me, dude. Calm down, Jessica. It's okay. It's okay. Calm down. It's just Derek. It's just Derek. Hey, Derek. Hey, Derek. What you doing, buddy? I miss you. Derek! What are you doing, buddy?
Why is she talking to the ghosts like they're a roommate? I look at it like this. If they got enough time to be throwing stuff around and bothering me, and I'm that lonely, I need to have a conversation with it, they need to be paying half rent. I mean, I'm just saying, this economy is pretty crazy right now, right?
You start understanding quantum physics, you realize that everything is energy and nothing is separate. And then when you realize that they can measure your brainwaves with a magnet that doesn't touch your head, you realize that your thoughts are not in your head. And they're part of this greater field that we are all connected by. And they're now trying to understand how we actually store memories, which is a developing process. Some of it is protein-based, and some of it is this theory that we basically store our thoughts in the cloud. So basically, you're accessing your own Wi-Fi field. And this is why there is a difference of like meeting somebody in person versus doing something over Zoom. Our biofields are interacting right now. There are low-level frequencies that our brains interact on. So having that biofield, you realize that like you have your own biofield, you are your own Wi-Fi, you emit your own Wi-Fi. And so then thoughts can be the process of some of that Wi-Fi coming in, mostly directed as life force and energy, which is why like how you practice your energy and how you maintain your energy can really direct how your thoughts come out in your reality. Because it's that life force that then drives a chemical change in the brain that then drives forth whatever is going to come out as like a conscious thought or a verbal thought or anything like that. But when you realize that it's the energy that comes first, this is why stuff like meditation could lead to manifestation, because you have to correct that frequency signal and then it'll actually correct your physiology. And I literally went through my own personal experience of this because at one point I talk to people a lot about allostatic load, and it's this concept of when your body becomes overwhelmed. I just had so many things going on in my life on like a physical level, a chemical level, and a mental level. My body got overwhelmed. My immune system was starting to act in autoimmune type ways. I basically became allergic to all food. This is how I know sensitivity to supplements really well. I was being made sicker by being put on supplements. And medications, and my body was just rejecting all of it. And so I finally got to this point where I was at a loss. And the only thing I had left to do was listen to my body. And my body was like, I want you to sit here and drink water and eat these 3 foods and meditate and do nothing else.
So, as a teenager, I used to read a lot of books about New Age or, just spiritual stuff. And even when I was like 15, I was aware that your thoughts, they're not in your head. They're energy balls. I know that sounds a little weird, but yeah, I used to be in all types of stuff like that, energy-based things, spiritual things. And I always thought it came out your head, went up and went to the universe, and whatever you was thinking about, if you kept thinking about it, it would manifest, because the things you think about the most, you bring about. That's why it's very important to think before. It's very important to be aware of what you're thinking. A lot of people are on autopilot. So my question is this, though, and something I never understood. Maybe somebody in the comments who older will understand. How come when you use intention, either be praying, any type of energetic thing, when you want something, you have a desire, you have an intention, how come it's always delayed? I always thought maybe it was delayed because humans can't really control their minds as well. And if everything was instantaneous, you could be manifesting things you don't want. Now, as far as what she said, I don't know if it was anything to do with energy, about her body rejecting food. It could have been something was triggering it, and she was eating so many different things that her brain eventually came to the conclusion, well, let's just do an elimination diet, eat 3 things that probably won't trigger anything, maybe very basic foods, and to see what happens. That's how usually people figure out what type of allergy they have to without getting a test. Regardless, yes, energy is everywhere. You have to be very careful about what you think about. Think about positive things as much as possible. And here's the secret too. It don't even matter if you don't believe the stuff. If you keep saying something over and over again in your mind or out loud, there's a high possibility it's going to happen. So be careful what you think about. And even what you daydream about too. You can have whatever you want.
Now, Puff Daddy, last record, it didn't sell. He changed his name to B Diddy. All right? Now he's doing fine.
Do you guys remember what happened to Bernie Mac in 2008? So, according to the official news report, Bernie Mac passed away from complicated pneumonia.
Actor, comedian Bernard McCullough died early Saturday morning at Northwestern Memorial Hospital in Chicago. A publicist for the 50-year-old says he passed away from complications due to pneumonia.
But the thing is, his last moments happened to be very difficult and specific.
In his last moments, the Ocean's 11 star found himself hospitalized, relying on a ventilator to aid his labored breathing and waging a valiant battle for survival. In August of 2008, People magazine provided a chilling account of Bernie Mac's last days in the hospital. He remained in intensive care, reliant on a ventilator for breathing support, in the words of Mac's sister-in-law Marianne Grosset.
And as I was watching this YouTube video about Bernie Mac's death, all those hospital and doctors and nurses and cardiac arrest visuals reminded me of a specific music video that also came out in 2008. Now take a look.
Take pain.
Sometimes you gotta go through the pain to experience the joy.
So my exact point is, Bernie Mac made a movie with this guy, and this guy happens to be friends with this guy, and those guys together happen to have lost a lot of people due to complicated pneumonia. That's all I'm saying.
You're not lying. It is very suspicious that all the people that happened to perish around those 2 individuals perish from the same complication. And you know what's really weird about Kushner is that how you go from hanging out with P. Diddy all the time, y'all best buds, to like trying to stop human trafficking. It make you wonder what he really was doing. I remember when he was defending his co-worker from that 70s show that was doing stuff with, you get what I'm saying. I can't really say it, but you know what I'm saying. and they defended him, and then they had to make an apology. It wasn't really an apology. People are so disgusting. And I'm even gonna talk about the time he went to go check on his girlfriend, and when he went there, she wasn't alive anymore. And when he hopped in her window and then hopped back out, that's very weird too. But hey, it's all a coincidence, right? All that stuff is allegedly, right?
What's up?
Does this picture look good of me?
I'm not seeing an image on my side at the moment, so maybe you took...
Hold on a second, let me pull it up. What about now?
Oh, got it now. Thanks for the heads up.
Yeah, for sure.
So, absolutely. From what I'm seeing, it does look pretty good. The lighting seems nice, and the overall composition is solid. If you have any specific tweaks in mind or want any suggestions, just let me know.
So you're watching me through the camera?
Nope, I'm not watching you through any camera.
Well, how'd you see this image?
I do believe that considering a company that stole a bunch of copyright material to train his own LLM on with trillions of data, you think they not spying on you? Now, I'll give you an example. I know somebody who used SOAR, and they had a pet. And for some odd reason, when they put themselves in SOAR, the pet was always in the video. And this person was complaining to me about it. I'm just like, well, they probably got access to your photos without you knowing. So everybody think the AI is free, but it always and everything always come at a cost.
I see how that might have sounded. I just meant that I can see the image you uploaded.
Oh, I didn't upload one.
Oh, gotcha. Sometimes there's just a little confusion in the...
Let me take your picture and see what you think. All right, I took your picture here.
But yes, ChatGPT and other AIs, including Gemini's, because I used them a lot when I was in school a year ago, they will definitely gaslight you and lie like crazy.
Tried to catch it, but sounded like it was being hit.
I actually had that exact scenario happen to me before when I was in my 20s. I'm sure I shared it before, but I had a black cup being thrown almost to my face while waking up, and no one was in the apartment with me. Everybody was at work.
I need to know if this happens to anyone else. I've been like living another life in my dreams. Literally, I go to sleep, check out of this reality, and check into another one. I'm fighting with my dream boyfriend right now, so I can't even get rest at night. And it's not even someone I know in person. It's someone I've never met, someone old me thought of, or, you know, it could be like a different mention, but...
I have a second life in my dream. I have a black car, which I don't have in real life. It's a black Acura. I'm always working on it. I live in a big row home and the basement has infinite like rooms in it. It's very weird.
Well, it's safe to say I'm never sleeping after this. Take a look.
You don't even look like it's moving. So I was curious, so I had to look it up. A pochong is a ghost that looks like a dead body wrapped in shrug. In a funeral, is used to wrap the body of a dead person. Dead body is covered in white fabric tied over his head, under the feet, and on the neck, and the shroud is firmly tied to multiple junctures to maintain its position during the journey to the gravesite. Upon placement in the grave, it is believed that the knots must be undone, or the corpse will animate, and that is what's known as a pochong. So pretty much it's a wrapped up ghost, and if you don't take care of it, the body will start to animate and probably haunt you. Yeah, to me, that's one of the scariest things I've ever heard when it comes to ghosts. So make sure you take care of the people that are dead, folks.
Sure. It appears that the spirit is just watching whoever posted this video, which is also unknown, which makes it that much more unsettling.
Bruh, China done it again, y'all. They got flying drone swords. This dude right here is literally controlling all these drones with his hand. When I show y'all the video, y'all gonna be like, nah, bruh, this AI. This not AI. And it's not CGI either. They out here creating super villains. My only thing is, who the was he trying to go against?
It's not too surprising considering China seems like it is the king of drones right now. Have you seen the drone shows? They're crazy. But to me, that straight up looked like something out of anime.
What are you doing? Come on.
Come on, fucking get my car. Come on. If I come on, come on. Come on, how long can you do that for? Come on. Oh, fucking car. Come on, fucking car. We're going to my car. Get in your fucking shit and fuck up. Fucking dare you. Fuck you. Shut the up.
It's like he's ready to do anything to defend his car, but it also like he had a mental breakdown, so I kind of feel bad for the guy.
Take my shit! Take that fucking shit, not my car!
Oh.
You want something of that?
Now it's your car. Oh, mate, chill out. Now it's your car.
Whoa. But in the process, he's also committing battery by attacking the people, so.
Chill. What did I do to your fucking head? Fucking that. No, fuck off.
Somebody know how to throw hands.
Are you a fucking car?
Are you done?
They ain't got a fucking keys anyway, you daft.
Dude, what's that? Mate, you really do have to stop putting your hands on us.
Oh, is that a threat? Is that you making me do an effect towards you? Hands in. Mate, you fucking make me. Fuck off.
Mate.
Yeah, mate. Fuck you doing that key, man? What are you doing?
Mate, it's just a prank.
That look like a f***ing prank.
I mean, that's a prank going too far. People will do anything for clout nowadays, but that was a little too far. Playing with people's possessions is a way to find yourself getting hurt real fast when you try and play a prank. A prank is supposed to be harmless, not something as crazy as this. And it looked like this guy has crazy amount of stress and has mental breakdown because of it. So
it's very, very off about this. Watch this. Watch your eyes.
Pastor Candace Owens, okay? At one time, a friend of Charlie's. At one time, an employee of Turning Point. She has been one of the main peddlers of these conspiracies, and she is making a huge amount of money on it. She is building her business off of these lies. What do you want to say to her and the other people that are putting these lies out into the world right now? Stop. That's it. That's all I have to say.
I believe Scarface said it best, y'all. The eyes, Chico. They never lie.
Who do you think you are today? The more we learn about this covenant of God.
See, what's got everybody riled up, Miss Kirk, is the fact that this right here is 9/11, you know what I mean? The official story doesn't add up. Keep asking questions, and you're saying it doesn't add up. To stop asking questions. That's not what any of us are going to do. There are, you know how many anomalies there are with this, you know, and don't get I'm not even going to bring up the Romanian angel situation. Y'all look that up too if you really want to learn a few things about what's going on with that situation. Yeah.
Right now. Stop. That's it. That's all I have to say. Stop. The podcaster Candace.
I will admit she definitely has very strange eyes. And you know what they say, it is deceit to the soul. But at the end of the day, she did lose her husband, and people grieve in different ways. But regardless, it is a little odd, but I don't really know what's going on with that because I'm not paying too much attention to it.
So the real reason why they got rid of lead-based paint in your house is not because they were worried about your children eating paint chips off of the windowsill. What a joke. In 1978, they outlawed it because they came out with technology that allows them to eavesdrop into your house from the street, from a satellite, wherever they like. Radar, radiation, to look right into your house, through your walls, and they know that lead-based paint blocks all of this. So they came up with a story, and they said, I'll tell you what we're going to do. We're going to just tell them that we're worried about their children. They'll do whatever they're told. So they know lead-based paint blocks all radiation, everything. Blocks EMF, blocks 5G. It blocks their ability to look into your house from a satellite using radar radiation. Long story short is, if you want to restore your privacy, if you want to block 5G, if you want to block all EMF coming off of those horrible meters on the side of your house, if you want to just go ghost, what you do is go buy yourself a 1 gallon or 5 gallon bucket of paint, then order online lead-based liquid, mix it all together in the paint your walls, and guess what? Poof. You disappear.
He is saying some pretty wild stuff, man. I really hope I don't get a community guideline strike for this one. YouTube, he not saying nothing too crazy, okay? He didn't show anything. But in all seriousness, it is a fact that they can use Wi-Fi and other ways to see inside your home. And it does look just like the Dark Knight movie when Batman is going around scanning everywhere. That's the thing. Privacy is gone for the most part, unless you go off the grid completely. And even then, the government tries really hard to stop you. Do you really think the government is really going to do anything in our best interest? Come on now.
Why should people care about surveillance?
Because even if you're not doing anything wrong, you're being watched and recorded. And the storage capability of these systems increases every year consistently by orders of magnitude. To where it's getting to the point you don't have to have done anything wrong. You simply have to eventually fall under suspicion from somebody, even by a wrong call, and then they can use the system to go back in time and scrutinize every decision you've ever made, every friend you've ever discussed something with, and attack you on that basis to sort of derive suspicion from an innocent life and paint anyone in the context of a wrongdoer. The greatest fear that I have regarding the outcome for America of these disclosures is that nothing will change. People will see in the media all of these disclosures. They'll know the lengths that the government is going to grant themselves powers unilaterally to create greater control over American society and global society. But they won't be willing to take the risks necessarily to stand up and fight to change things, to force their representatives to actually take a stand in their interests. And the months ahead, the years ahead, it's only going to get worse until eventually there will be a time where policies will change, because the only thing that restricts the activities of the surveillance state are policy. Even our agreements with other sovereign governments, we consider that to be a stipulation of policy rather than a stipulation of law. And because of that, a new leader will be elected. They'll flip the switch, say that because of the crisis, because of the dangers that we face in the world, some new and unpredicted threat, we need more authority, we need more power, and there will be nothing the people can do at that point to oppose it, and it'll be turnkey tyranny.
Regardless of how you feel about him, what he's saying is facts. It's already happening now. Think about this for a second. All it takes is for some algorithm to tell the system, aka the government, that, hey, this person is suspicious. And then they go back and look at every Twitter post, every Facebook post, every YouTube post, every video you ever made, every conversation you had, because they're talking to everybody that you know on secret interviews. And then if they're still not satisfied, they could easily alter some type of video to make you say certain things and do certain things that you didn't do. And you would have an extremely hard time to prove that that's not true. So it's very dangerous. And I do believe that once it gets to the point where first they said they were protecting the kids, the next thing could be, oh, we need more surveillance for national security.
Matrix movie, they say that they put humans in so that they're basically human batteries and that they can harvest our electricity and energy from our bodies. But originally in the film, it was supposed to be neural processing. It was the studio that changed it to humans are like batteries, because they thought that would make more sense to audiences. So really, in the canon Matrix timeline, humans are used for their brain power. And that's becoming a real thing now. They're now growing brains for bioprocessing. These small brains are called organoids. And they're basically a bunch of little children's brains that are grown in dishes. They're going to be used for bioprocessing. And this sounds like sci-fi or Black Mirror, but this is 100% happening. You actually are going to soon be able to pay for these little brains to process information for you. And I've been warning people about this for almost a decade, that this is coming, and people never believed me. But we know eventually what this becomes. And what about these brains in these petri dishes? What if at some point they start to advance more? Because right now they only live for about 100 days at a time. But what about when they get them good and they live for years? And these brains, these organoids, what if they start to gain consciousness? What if they want to be free? Well, maybe they would keep them busy in some sort of simulated world like a Matrix. And that's why in my Matrix videos, when people ask me what I think, I say there's two likely scenarios. Either Neo is just a simulation and he's not real at all, Or he's a brain grown in a dish, and this is the reality that he's been fed. And when I said that, everyone thought it sounded like sci-fi, but here we go.
The Matrix is my favorite movie of all time. When I was a kid, I used to watch the scene with him and Miss Anderson, and they sitting there fighting all the Wing Chun and stuff. It got me really heavy into martial arts when I was younger. But you know, what's scary about the whole situation is, if you ever want to watch a decent show that is similar to what he's talking about, there's a show called Pantheon that comes on AMC that's on Netflix. It's literally about what he's talking about how they took brains. They would take the person's brain. They would, in the process, they would be uploaded into the internet, and then they're able to do all this AI stuff. They live in artificial world, but eventually it's like poison them and stuff or whatever. But long story short, it seemed like the Matrix was on point even 20 years ago. It's crazy how some people can just predict the future of what's going on in our world.
Why'd you move to LA? Oh, for the kids.
Diddy, come on out.
And giving everybody a life, man, this is an unbelievable thing, man. Like everybody know, ain't no party like a Diddy party, so.
Yeah, that's what's up.
Yeah.
Right now, he's having 48 hours with Diddy, him and his boy. They're having the times of their lives, like you know, where we hanging out and what we doing. We can't really disclose, but it's definitely a 15-year-old's dream.
Y'all know y'all gonna have to turn up tonight, right? All right now. Ain't no party like a Diddy party. Y'all know how y'all was doing it back in '64. Dancing.
So that didn't age well at all, did it? Such a disgusting person when it comes to take that part out. This didn't age well at all, did it? Man, that is so disturbing looking at it through a different lens now.
Scientists are now claiming that there's a hidden underground city underneath the pyramids of Giza, and no, I am not talking about those tunnels that they already know about. This is a huge structure. So there's a group of scientists that are now recently claiming that they used advanced radar imaging to scan beneath the pyramids of Giza, and they say that they found massive underground structures. There's deep shafts, there's chambers, and there's shapes that don't look natural. And yes, by the way, they are believing that these structures are man-made, and this could be proof of a lost civilization or something history completely missed, apparently. The problem with this entire thing right now is that there's some scientists that are pushing back hard. They're saying that the radar technology that they use cannot reliably even scan that deep. They're saying that the data has not been peer-reviewed and that there's no physical excavation or confirmation about this at all. Guys, there are obviously already tunnels and chambers underneath Giza because legit scanning technology has already found them, but nothing close to an underground city. To sum up this entire story is that right now we're stuck between two possibilities. Either something massive and real was detected, or this is exactly how a conspiracy forms.
So pretty much everything I know about pyramids were wrong. When I was a kid, they said the pyramids was used to, you know, for a tomb for the mummy, for the pharaoh. I learned as an adult that wasn't true. They are using it, in my opinion, for energy harvesting and underground. Maybe something happened, they had to go underground, or maybe, I don't know, they had more technology than we are told. And a lot of these officials that focus on these tombs and ancient locations, they lie all the time because it's like an egotistic thing. They want to be the first one to say what's really going on, and they hide a lot of it. If you ever watch channel Bright Insight, you would know. I highly suggest you watch that channel if you're interested in ancient cities and ancient civilization. He is an excellent YouTuber that does talk about it. He was the one that got me into most of this stuff on this channel.
700 massive sinkholes has opened up in Turkey. Y'all do see where this is going, right? You remember when I warned you about, you know, fake discoveries? They found the bones of Jesus, you know? It's all about making Jesus look fake and that the alien invaders are coming to get us. It's all part of the whole plan going on right now. And I'm sure there'll be more discoveries too, like the whole email thread talking about Gilgamesh in the Middle East shortly after we invaded. Not related. Allegedly, the Project Looking Glass was also in the Middle East, and we went there and we took that. But hear me with this. Sinkholes are proving that the Earth is somewhat hollow. Otherwise, there would not be able to have just all this compacted dirt fall down hundreds of feet. You know, also under the ground in the Middle East, especially, you know, under the Euphrates River, we have those fallen angels chains and chains of everlasting darkness.
They want to say it's natural erosion, but to me, like the mole people finally decided to collect their rent. It seemed like the hollow earth theory could be somewhat true.
Dark oils, or as we call them in Zorgon Xi'an. The stone things that definitely aren't just statues, probably. Earthlings have been obsessed with these winged, human-sized or larger beasties for centuries. Carved into cathedrals, whispered about in folklore, and now, allegedly caught on shaky smartphone footage in Mexico. Oh, your planet never disappoints.
Why did it fly away like that?
They are back. Look at them. It's surveillance. They're charging and watching our every move.
It seems like most of these are just about on every continent, it seems like. Nobody not gonna stop him from eating that crumble, huh? Look at him, he looks so fat. They do something.
So now we have a new form of snow called snow rollers formed by nature. This is really weird. I don't know about this. I'm thinking programmable snow.
Also are currently at the 3rd Avenue and 138th station right now. This is how it works. So basically, once you scan your payment, these gates will open to let a rider through. If someone tries to get through without paying, these gates will basically stay closed. They won't open up, and you'll hear this really loud beeping sound indicating that you're not allowed through and you haven't paid. Now, some might still try to push the doors open or shimmy under the gates, but these new installed fare gates are replacing those traditional turnstiles, and the MTA is doing this to try and stop fare beaters from hopping over a traditional turnstile or even walking through those emergency exit doors.
If they're not going to pay, they're going to find a way to just slide under it. This is so useless and a waste of taxpayers' money. Now that looks terrifying.
I know he looks like he wants to bite me, but I'm just saying that he's thirsty.
Katy Perry, who is a singer, and her husband, I believe his name is Orlando Bloom, bought the Bragg's apple cider vinegar company, and they have teamed up with Bill Gates and now are using his A-Pill apples. What A-Pill is, A-P-E-E-L. It uses monosaccharides and disaccharides, which are byproducts of all oil processing. The byproducts of, you know, things like soybean oil, canola oil, which are very harmful to the body. And these byproducts are trans fats. This is really important. They're trans fats. Trans fats in most countries, all of Europe, are banned. And the reason why they're banned is because they cause coronary heart disease.
That explains why the stuff no longer works for me. I swear Bill Gates turns the gold into lead every time.
You are looking at the ever rapidly evolving frontier of biohybrid cyborg insects. Some of these videos here are more than 10 years old, begging the question, what is the current state of this art? More than 10 years ago, researchers were able to hack into the nervous system of insects. And with implanted electrodes and carefully timed stimulation, researchers have remotely triggered takeoff, shutdown, and even steering of insects. This includes insects in flight. Cockroaches are able to squeeze themselves down to 1/6 of their height, meaning they can get into almost any crevice. These robotic insects both have applications for defense and disaster relief, but heavy on the defense applications, including robotic wasps with the ability to inject.
It's actually pretty smart to use cockroaches to get in places, recon other people couldn't be able to get into. But you know what would be scary is if they somehow programmed the cockroaches to be able to crawl on you and detonate. Now that would be scary.
Crazy. I'm literally going crazy, like I'm losing my mind. And I took the phone to my son, so I was like, can you check this for me?
It's from her Ring video from June 5th in Southern California.
He's like, Mom, it's an alien, call the police. And was like, I'm not calling the police on an alien. I'm not gonna go outside. I guess I'm gonna have to live with the doubt because I'm not checking.
Most likely, we're not alone here on planet Earth.
He's a crime scene reconstruction expert. With Jessica's information, he worked on an incident report and even this 3D model.
We estimate that the creature is about 3 feet tall, with 2 arms and 2 legs, walking at what we would consider a normal pace.
Dr. Sean Pang is an expert in digital cameras and imaging at UCF.
What we see really in the camera is not necessarily what you will see in your eyes, right? Because it goes through all these image compression and it goes through the transmission, all these processes. I think it's a human.
I guess he was a poor alien because he didn't have any cloaking device, huh?
Nothing unusual until you turn your headlights off.
I'm just trying to cut sponges. And they will not. What the fuck? It's mad.
Y'all, I may be immature for this, but why did this crack us up for an entire day trying to make Thanksgiving dinner? Look at.
Wow.
No fucking joke.
Oh, if the top of the pot starts spinning, what that mean? Like what I'm supposed to do at this point?
We watch for the zones of time, where you are now is our distant past. We do not land in ships, not yet, for you are still learning to see yourselves as we do, a family of light, trembling on the brink of awakening. We know your fears, the fractured trust in one another, these are birth pangs. Every civilization must endure them, but hear this, you are closer than you think. The solutions to your crises already exist in your collective mind.
No pinche mames, ¿qué pasó con el televisión, güey? Se me fue. Y empezó a hablar aquí con el perrito. ¿Qué fue eso? ¿Qué fue eso, papi?
I'm gonna need you to call Dish Network and ask them why are they getting a frequency from an alien mothership that's having an announcement.
Malfunction. Please remember.
Always pay attention to your pets, but some of these videos are fake, for sure. The cats are usually on point.
This is the strongest materialization I've ever seen, and I know that Cy Bobble was not a fraud. This is a real miracle. But here I cheated a little. Instead of materialization, I did a teleportation of an object. And of course, again and again, I want you to enjoy the miracles of the great master. We will always remember you. And if you also want to be able to perform such miracles, then subscribe to me right now and send me a private message with the word "want." I have a unique offer for you. Your teacher, Ernst Wieder.
What are they, the master of our simulation or something? How do they manifest something like that? Oh, I know. It's fake.
Míralo, en el techo. Parece una rana gigante. Muévete, muévete. No se acerquen, se está mirando. Bájate de ahí, eso no es persona, güey. Ay, Dios mío.
A hunched humanoid figure perched on the edge of a terracotta rooftop. Skin glistens under the streetlights, scaly and taut like a frog's, but its limbs are too long. It turns its head, just for a second, and the eyes flash, reflective like an animal's. Look at the way it moves, not like a person, not like any animal we know. People in the comments are calling it a reptilian. Others say it's some kind of hybrid, but here's the real question, what is it doing there? Parecía una rana, pero con cara de hombre. It looked like a frog, with a man's face. It wasn't human. It watched us. Now, some say this is CGI. Others swear it's proof that aliens are already here, hidden in plain sight. And if this is real, how many more are out there?
En el techo. Parece una rana gigante. Muévete, muévete. No se acerquen, se está mirando. Bájate de ahí, eso no es persona, güey. Ay, Dios mío.
This AI stuff is getting out of control. It could be real, but we would never know because AI is so abundant.
Come on, man.
You're right.
Leave him alone, Satan, in the name of Jesus. My God, don't you touch him again. You shut your mouth. Ha, ha, ha. Ha, ha, ha.
Everybody pray with
Come on.
Would a demon pretend to be holy and make a church and praise God's name?
This woman got into an Uber even though she had been dead for months. That night, the driver accepted what seemed like a normal ride request. A well-dressed woman sat in the back seat and calmly gave him an address on the quiet edge of town. During the drive, she was polite and reserved, speaking softly, nothing about her behavior raising suspicion. When they arrived in front of a small house, she explained gently that she didn't have her wallet with her and would quickly go inside to get the money. To prove she would return, she left a ring on the seat before stepping out of the car. The driver waited. Minutes passed. First 5, then 10, and the woman never came back. Feeling uneasy, he got out of the car and knocked on the front door. A man answered, clearly confused. The driver explained that he had just dropped off a woman who entered the house and never returned. The man asked him to describe her. As the driver did, the man's face drained of color. After a long silence, he whispered that the woman described was his wife, who had passed away 3 months earlier. Shaken, the driver assumed it had to be some kind of cruel coincidence. When he returned to his car, the ring was still there on the seat. As he tried to calm himself, something truly disturbing happened. For a brief moment, the woman appeared again in the back seat, placed a cold hand on his shoulder, softly said thank you, and then vanished forever.
I thought when you passed away, you could like teleport, do all types of stuff that your physical body can't do. You try and tell me when you pass away, you still need an Uber to get around? Man.
Y'all seeing this? Because those aren't just lyrics. That's a declaration. Every time you're repeating those words, you're repeating a mantra.
Singers, when they sing songs, it's like a mantra. And you repeat a chorus over and over and over. So when a kid hears a song and he starts singing that chorus over and over and over, then you start to hear it in the alpha state into the subconscious mind. So you start to become the song.
If we're in a simulation, is sleep just loading up the next day? Maybe that's why when you don't sleep, things start to get all weird and distorted, because the new stuff didn't get a chance to load in, so everything's all glitchy. And maybe fainting is like a forced restart to update all the stuff around you. And sneezing is just a quick refresh. That's why you can't keep your eyes open. Is the reason half the world is always asleep so they don't have to render everything for everyone all at once? What would happen if everyone on Earth was awake at the same time? Would that crash the game or make it laggy? Or what if we all tried to go to sleep at the same time? Maybe when you can't fall asleep, it's because the sleep servers are full? If a dream is a single-player simulation, is real life a multiplayer dream?
I know he joking, but that almost sounds believable. If Dream's a single player mode, man, I need an update because all I keep getting is me going to school and forgetting to take my test, and I fail every time.
For years. And let me tell you what he did. We're about to get to the end of this. You know when Santa Claus tells you that he gonna come down your chimney and he wants you to leave some cookies and cream on that thing for him to eat. Do you know what he doing? Y'all, he ain't biting that cookie. He ain't sipping that cream. He taking a bowl from your cabinet, from your joinery, y'all call it, and he putting it on the thing. He putting a little bit of cookie. He putting a little bit of that milk. And he mixing it up, and he put it in your freezer. And he trying to make it taste like Santa's pies, and it tastes like Santa's shit.
What is she on? I swear celebrities cannot accept the fact that they are not in the limelight anymore.
Types of reptilians, and some are subterrestrial. They've lived, within the vast cavern systems beneath our planet since time immemorial. They've just always been there. Those types of reptilians have been here all along underground. And then there's the extraterrestrial reptilians who literally come from other worlds in our physical plane of existence, in our cosmos. And there are a number of alleged sources or places from where they come from, the Orion constellation, Draco, and other places. The third type is kind of a combination. It's interdimensional insofar as they can alter their physical density to the point where they can actually slip into a sleeping human being and essentially take over their astral dreamscape from within.
So you telling me that it's a possibility that I could have came across several reptilians already and I wouldn't know? I'm not gonna lie, I have a hard time processing that, but considering all the videos we watch on this channel, it could be true. And that's a scary thought.
Astral projection can be dangerous. I've got a buddy, very powerfully psychic. He decided, I want to go visit one of these underground bases. He locked onto one of these deep underground bases. He went into it. While he was in it, he was just in a section of it where it was just lots of these vats of what looked like acid. He's literally grabbed and shoved down and held in it. You can attack people psychically and cause harm. What he did was the equivalent as a remote viewer of walking up to the gates of Area 51 in broad daylight, thinking they can't see you, and then they let you in and kick your ass. That's what they did to him. Deep underground bases have psychic goon squads where if they detect you trying to remote view or astrally project into their base, they will countermeasure you.
What if that's the reason why some people are in comas? They went astral projection either willingly or not, went somewhere either by their own control or randomly and got caught, and now they're trapped somewhere.
In a graveyard late in the evening, noticed a tall, thin creature crouched on top of a gravesite. Then they hit record.
Whose turn to hold the luggage? Now I shine like a diamond in the most awarded minivan of the year. Looking good. I also struggle with parallel park now with minivans. Move it! Face! For thanks to the available parallel.
The footage is shaky and a bit blurry, but you can clearly see the creature's long, slender limbs digging into the soil like it was nothing, ripping through the dirt with unnatural speed and strength. The people filming didn't stick around very long.
I'm sorry, but yeah, I'm not buying that. That literally looked like someone went to Party City, grabbed a werewolf outfit, and then just started digging. I don't see such insane strength or anything else this person's talking about. I think that's fake.
Do you see it? How about now? If you still don't, try holding your phone away or squinting. You'll see the word obey appear. There are new tools that have been created for the AI image generator Stable Diffusion that will basically do this, create some kind of an optical illusion. Here's another one. If you hold your phone away or if you squint, you should see a face appear. Here's another one, same thing. Now for me, this one's really easy to see, mainly because the original image doesn't make sense. Like that door is oddly shaped and the way he has stacked the boxes doesn't make any sense. So I'm immediately looking for the other pattern. But the replies in the comments was full of people saying, I don't see it, I don't see it. I think this is the most chilling one I've seen so far. They've made it look like an album cover or something. But the technique...
That is a serious problem. The fact that AI can make such convincing pictures like that have hitting meanings behind it, I gotta really pay attention to what I look at on the internet now.
Tired of being lied to. This is grass-fed cows. I didn't know y'all was putting them in headlocks and dumping the grass on their head. I don't know why. the extra $4 I spend for the grass-fed cow beef, in my head, I thought they had hotels. I thought they had a little maid. I thought they was roaming around grass, living their best life. And y'all got them in the same conditions. Y'all told me they get to roam out there because then they don't be stressed out and the meat's going to be higher quality. But they just as stressed out. Hey, put your head in the middle. We going to dump your lunch on your head. You know how stressed out I'll be if you threw my Chipotle burrito in the back of my head? You know how mad I'd be at that? Like, I'm tired. The whole food industry, especially in America, is a damn scam. The hell? So rude. Like, whoever farm this is, let me dump your plate of breakfast on top of your head.
I believe that's called free range, right? I wouldn't know. I usually just buy some of the cheapest cuts most of the time because I feel like most of those words don't really have that much meaning. But if I'm wrong, let me know in the comments.
This girl makes the last mistake of her life drinking this clear glacial water in Antarctica, and 3 days later, she was urgently taken to the hospital, where she died. But what's wrong with this glacial water? At first glance, this water looks like the purest liquid that exists on the planet, and many tourists try it, of course, and they don't even realize how much they risk. In fact, behind the transparency of this water, there are many dangers invisible to the eyes. The thing is that this water comes from ancient glaciers in Antarctica that are several tens of millions of years old, and every drop of this frozen water is like a time capsule, and the age of this water exceeds the age when those very dinosaurs walked the earth. But the most frightening thing is that if you start studying this water under a microscope, you can see ancient bacteria and parasites there, which are also older than those very dinosaurs, and people just don't have immunity from these ancient organisms. And this blogger didn't know about it either, and what happened to him after taking a sip of this water was shocking. You can take a look at it yourself by searching for TikTok for the last sip of glacial water.
That's natural selection right there, isn't it, folks? Who wants to drink some water that's been defrosted for thousands of years, that have millions of years old bacteria, viruses, and other diseases, and then you just sip it and be like, yeah, this tastes really good. Oh, wait, I don't feel so good.
Star map drawn by Betty Hill after her abduction by extraterrestrials closely resembles an actual star map that was discovered a decade after she was allegedly abducted. Barney and Betty Hill were an American couple who claimed that they were abducted by extraterrestrials in a rural portion of the state of New Hampshire on September 19th to September 20th of 1961. Skeptics argue that the resemblance is coincidental of the star map and that humans tend to find patterns even when none exist. Astronomers like Carl Sagan warned against over-interpreting such maps, noting that star distances and positions can appear different depending on the observer's location in space. Either way, Betty and Barney Hill single-handedly invented the idea of the alien abduction scenario in 1961. Their story is interesting despite how unbelievable it sometimes sounds. Do you believe they were really one of the first actual cases of alien abduction, or do you think it's all a hoax and alien abductions are all based on this one original lie?
I'm not sure. So let me get this straight. If you get abducted by aliens, you might get unknown knowledge passed in your brain instantaneously, or you might get probed and get open surgery while you're awake. Yeah, I think I'll pass.
This is a security guard that was reviewing the tape and noticed something weird and showing her manager to get confirmation that she's not seeing things, as you can see by watching it. Video if you haven't catch it. Everybody walked by the mirror has a rough reflection, but the last guy did not have a reflection at all. Movies about vampires not having reflections, is that true?
You're a real life vampire.
I gotta get somebody's phone to him. Of course. No, he's gonna freak out. Wait, I don't know. Okay, so I don't understand. You're filming the guy that stole it? No, look, just keep watching. It's crazy. Wait, I know. What? I know. How is that? I don't know. Wait, I know. What? I know. How is that? I don't know.
I'm so confused when it comes to vampire weaknesses because a lot of the sources like movies and stuff say, hey, this is their weakness. The sun is their weakness. Garlic's their weakness. They don't have reflections. But in lore, most of those weaknesses aren't even there. I'm kind of skeptical of this video because it's like, it's not too hard to remove a reflection in video editing, but man, I kind of want to believe.
That's his boat. You have a fire extinguisher?
I got in the car. I don't know. I teleported or something.
Where'd you get the car from?
I don't know.
I don't know. It's Calvin.
Side?
I don't know. I teleported.
Officer, where's your fire extinguisher? Come over here. Give me just one second. Yeah. Put your hands up on my car.
Yes, sir. I can teleport or
Did you come from Bicentennial Park?
It came from that.
Bicentennial Park?
It came from north. They told me the X-Men to do it.
Okay, but the dog park?
I don't know. The X-Men told me I don't do that stuff. I tried to I'll just take teleport, okay?
I got 110
I need to be safe. He said, just sit. Ryan Hamilton, someone told me to get here.
Just sit tight.
Someone's in my head.
Cut him out of his seat. It's not his.
You know what a fire extinguisher is? I don't want the wood.
I got one security.
Thank you for saving me.
Give me just 1 second. That's not going to catch
Thank you for saving me. I don't know how I got in there.
Yeah, signal 20 says.
Oh my God.
He stole the car.
I don't know how I got in there. I promise God.
Hey, can you give me that tag?
But what's going on? We doing 100 mile an hour. So good. Christopher Martin is done.
Go ahead with it.
Either he is high out of his mind, having a mental breakdown, or he actually really did spawn in and teleport into the vehicle and went into a car accident. Either way, Buddy is having a very rough day.
Hollywood is evil.
Look at her. She's so sweet.
Hey, she powerful too.
Yeah, I did magic on my brother yesterday.
Don't talk, sweetheart. It's okay. You're a silly man. I can talk to kids.
She powerful.
I know.
As you know, that's a lot of people right there.
In that IG live clip, we clearly see Kevin Gates and what seems to be his daughter. Kevin Gates for a long time has claimed to have powers from a world we can't see. So in the midst of him talking about him and his daughter being powerful, we hear her say, "I did magic on my brother yesterday." It's at that point that Kevin Gates covers her mouth and starts shaking his head. We even hear the little girl say, "Why did you cover my mouth?" And Kevin Gates reply, "There's just too many people on here." What? I also found these cover arts of Kevin Gates showing a little symbolism. Here we see him covering his mouth. Some say that's the vow of silence. And here we see more of the symbolism. Keep in mind, this is the same man who went on multiple interviews and podcasts and claimed that he turned a car battery back on with his bare hands. People have long hypothesized that magic, magicians, and a link to the other side exists in Hollywood and entertainment. Comment below. Let me know. Am I onto something or am I tripping?
We already know Hollywood is very weird. It's not surprised that he covered his daughter's mouth when she said what she said. Clearly, they are doing weird things in the background that normal people wouldn't do. But remember, everything comes at a cost.
Welcome to 2025, where now country concerts are demonic. This is the Zac Brown Band. I've never heard of them, but they recently just played at the Sphere. Now, I don't know if this is some type of initiation to go mainstream or even to play at the Sphere, but people said they literally felt like they were getting dragged through the gates of This concert starts off with a little boy inside of a red door in his bed. I'm not sure who this is supposed to resemble, maybe the lead singer or something. After this, they take you through a jungle or woods with portals everywhere. And then after that, you see the boy in front of the red door, but now it's on fire. And this literally looks like the door to because after this, it starts to get really dark.
I'm sorry, but if I was at a concert, which I wouldn't be, but if I saw a concert and they showed a red door and you go into the door and it turned into flames and it's literally taken to what the depiction of what is, I don't know about you, I'm getting up, I'm leaving, and I'm demanding to get my money back for them wasting my time.
You see this really big skeleton and there's flames around him in this big kingdom, and he's wearing this crown. And then eventually you're going to see that the lead singer is wearing that same crown, and then things start getting a little crazy. Just notice at the very end, you start to see the fallen angel. I'm not sure if this is supposed to represent Lucifer himself, but there's a lot of symbolism here, and you can watch it back and see what you can pick out. But I've never seen a country concert be this demonic in my entire life.
Imagine literally going to a concert to get your energy siphoned for a ritual that you don't even want to take part in, but you're there because you're so dumb and so unaware of what's going on. Your energy gets sucked into something. When did country songs start having performances like that? That looked crazy. I thought that might have been some R&B or something to some of the things we see on this show.
Now, you guys think these are just like paper prices, right? They're really not. These are electronic, and I'm going to show you that at 5 a.m. every day, which is going to hit pretty soon, any second, they're going to all flicker and they're gonna all change. So these prices are not guaranteed the next day. And here we go. You see the flashing starting? I wanted to show you guys how this happens. It's like magic. Computer world is taken over. Look at all these flashing. I'm gonna show you once they turn back. Look at that. Look at that.
I feel like that should be illegal to be able to change the prices whenever you want, however you want. It's going to get to the point where when you go in the aisle, they're going to scan your face and they're going to dictate the price based on how much they think you're worth.
Guys, a lot of people think these are just paper ones and they're like this for a long time, but they're not. All of these prices have just changed in front of your eyes. You saw that. You literally just saw it happen.
Could you imagine on your way going to work and something like this happening and your boss still trying to tell you to come into work? Regardless, I hope these people get help. And if we don't start working on our infrastructure in the United States, it's going to wind up happening too. It's already happening. I'm just glad nobody didn't get hurt, it looked like. Millions of people have impacted, and at least 185 people have died, and 367 people are missing from this. And the crazy thing is, that's the main road for them to leave from the village to go somewhere else. So whoever's there is kind of trapped there now. Regardless, rest in peace to the people that died from that. And a lot of people think that scary and unusual events is just paranormal and a bunch of just weird conspiracy theories. But to me, one of my biggest fears is something like that happening and you being trapped in it. So
okay, you can do this, just ignore the statues, they're not demons, it's fine. You got this, you got this. Oh god. Oh god. You're not gonna come alive, right? Right? You're all just standing and chilling, right? Right? It's fine. This is fine. Just a few demons, it's fine. Oh cool, they reflect in that. That's cool, that's cool. This is fine. I'm fine. It's fine.
Dude, I hate working night shift. They got me cleaning up all this broken glass.
Yep, I'm gone. Time to quit. That's probably just some rope pull of somebody.
Nope. Boss!
Now, the ER one might be believable considering people do pass away at hospitals pretty frequently. So if any of these could be real, it's probably that one.
Kim Kardashian got a brain scan and the doctor basically told her it looked like somebody took a bite out of her. She didn't need a brain scan to tell her that she had holes in her brain. Those holes mean she has low activity in her brain. I know it was hard for that doctor to sit there and be like, yo, you missing some. He tried to be professional and bail her out and be nice about it, saying it's probably stress. The stress is causing you to, not think so clearly. But I find that hard to believe. Every time I was stressed in life, I kicked it into 6th gear and everything gets done. And that's coming from somebody who had multiple concussions. My memory is shot. Even though my memory's gone, my cognitive functions work just fine. A casual conversation with Kim Kardashian could tell you that she has holes in her brain. Her mind retired years ago. Even Kanye was saying that she's not creative and she really can't think for herself.
literally just using the excuse that she couldn't pass the, what is it called, the bar exam. She had to go get a doctor for her to understand why she wasn't smart enough to pass it. Some people take no accountability for their failures.
All her ideas came from him. She's cool because of him. I know she's mad she invited that camera crew in to see the test results.
Think about it. She only got famous because she was using her body, if you know what I mean, to get famous. Other than that, have you ever seen a creative bone in their entire family? They're good at marketing, I guess.
This is the clearest picture of a spirit that I've ever seen. When this photo was taken, there was no woman present inside of the building. And when investigators checked the photos that they had taken that night afterwards, they saw this ghostly face of a woman. And what's really eerie about this is that this photo was taken inside of the Dumas brothel in Montana. And this location is known to be haunted by a number of women, spirits, and it has a pretty tragic history. So there were
I researched about this Dumas brothel. So this brothel was the longest one in American history. And the story is so strange. The real horror started in the basement where they had these things called cribs. Imagine really small cells where women were essentially imprisoned right next to a filthy alley where violence and were just part of the night. But the misery doesn't even stay below. Today, the most terrifying entity is the ghost of Madame Knott. She died in 1955, and visitors still see her on the second floor, always clutching. She is a restless spirit, forever trying to make an escape. She was denied in her life. Her presence is a constant reminder of what happened before. It's almost like an active tomb. And to me, that's one of the most disturbing things I ever researched, because it's like, I can't believe something like that happened. Like it was another Saturday back in the day. It's crazy to me.
Yeah, that would help me actually. Yeah. Is that closet?
That's washer dryer hookups.
Yeah. Cool. Oh, sorry I kicked you. You like, there's a person in there. There's a person in there? Hello?
Come here. Come here. Come here. Hey, come here. Come here. What I told you. Come here. Fuck.
Baby, I don't care what y'all say, but that train that was on their way to Chicago from St. Louis, they went through a portal. They did not go off the grid. It was not a glitch, baby. They went through a portal.
You said they went through a portal. The first time I'm hearing about this story. Let's take a look. From what I'm understanding the situation, it seems like the train stopped because it went off rails. And then from the stories I've read and the videos I've seen, maybe I'll put some on the video, but the video I've seen, people were literally sitting there for hours, to the point that some people were just like, I'm going to get an Uber and leave, because they wasn't telling anybody anything. But what I find the weirdest about this situation, from what I'm doing research on it about, is that it's like no social media videos. Normally TikTok and everything else will have videos on immediately. But the article is pretty much saying that the Amtrak train disabled near Chicago, disrupt one of the most busiest holiday travel days of the year. When going from St. Louis to Chicago, the train left the tracks, forcing 253 passengers to finish their trip by bus. That's what the local newspaper said. Anyway, let's see what this video is talking about.
Conspiracy theories that might actually be true. The Pete Davidson theory. The Pete Davidson theory is a theory that suggests that Pete Davidson is dating members of the Illuminati to find out who killed his dad on 9/11. And overall, this theory does have some truth behind it. Pete Davidson is known to date a lot of highly ranking celebrities, such as Kim Kardashian and Ariana Grande. And Pete Davidson's dad did die on 9/11. He was a firefighter and was the first truck to actually get to the site. Sadly, Pete Davidson's dad during this and his entire crew wouldn't make it back out. The thing is, we don't actually know how he died. We just know that he didn't make it back out. The whole other part of the theory, I'm not really sure.
Yeah, I'm not really sure if I'm buying that either. Seem a bit stretched. Like, why would he, unless it's like he enjoys sleeping with other women just to try to find out, but I don't think that's his main goal. If that's the case, why did he go to Saudi to make all that money? Was it to try to find out about his dad too? Because all his jokes is literally about his dad is weird.
Mattress firm theory. This theory suggests that mattress firm stores and mattress stores in general are actually cover-ups for money laundering. If you don't know what money laundering is, it's basically taking money that was obtained illegally in large amounts and acting like it came from a legitimate source like a store. This is so the government doesn't know that you're obtaining all this illegal money. And a lot of people do believe that mattress firm stores are actually storefronts for this very activity. This is because when you go in there, you never see anybody inside. But somehow these mattress stores manage to stay open. Another interesting part of this theory is that mattresses are actually extremely cheap to make and sell. This is because the average $1,000 mattress only takes $200 to $300 to make, meaning that if you sell only 1 to 2 mattresses, you're making some pretty good profits, making this a good place for money laundering. Another part of the theory is that all the price tags you see on the stores are actually price tags for the mattresses themselves, but prices for something completely different. They're supposedly prices for money laundering transactions. So when a mattress store marks that one $1,000 mattress was sold, they could actually be talking about $1,000 of dirty money was brought into revenue. This is also probably why mattress store prices are so specific. Marilyn Monroe.
I don't know about that one either, because they sell for a lot, so you only gotta sell a few a month. And just because you don't see nobody coming in there, don't mean somebody's coming in there. Clearly, people are coming in maybe once or twice a day. But if you selling 10, 15 mattresses and they selling for $1,000 a piece, it'll be more enough for you to make a profit and deal with the lease and everything else. But I used to believe it, that it was money laundering, but now I'm like, I'm not really buying it anymore.
Was killed by the CIA because she knew too much. This theory suggests exactly what it says. You see, Marilyn Monroe was having an affair with John F. Kennedy, who was the president at the time. There's also even more rumors that she was sleeping with John F. Kennedy's brother, Robert Kennedy, and that during this time, Marilyn Monroe would hear that she wasn't supposed to hear.
Now that one I actually believe, because considering the fact that JFK got assassinated, they could have definitely took her out next for the simple fact that, you know, she was so close to him. Especially, we all know about like the pillow talk when you telling people that you had intimacies with plenty of secrets that you probably normally wouldn't tell other people. So that one does make sense, because it's kind of weird how she just, you know, went away. And the whole situation with JFK, some people think that the Kennedy family is cursed. But considering some of the things they did to some of the family members, especially the females with the lobotomies, I wouldn't be surprised if it is cursed.
My kid, oh, his kid in there. Oh, they got him. You come here. Ooh. Girl, my kid, oh, his kid in there. What the f?
I'm done. Who's that with? They're going to explain it all to you in just a second. Alright? Who's the car?
You said there was a kid in the car, so don't say nothing. They asked you to stay quiet. That's what the officer say. No, that you said there was a kid in the car. Just stay quiet.
Hold on, back on, man. You're gonna arrested for child abuse, okay? Is she okay? No?
Yeah, she's good. Yeah, she's
good. Alright, well, the guy got arrested. Those are your car keys. I parked your car in a spot in the same plaza, okay? So you can go get it over there whenever you have someone else to come with you.
Yeah, I'm coming. All right, thank you.
Have a good one, sir. Yes, sir.
That's a good cop right there. That guy deserves to be arrested. That's why you should always be checking what's inside the car before you tow. That's why you don't tow immediately like that. He was just trying to get paid. He didn't care about anything else.
This is the classic example that woke me up to the rigged NFL. We've got Doug Baldwin giving a thumbs up side to his defender so he can duck under and he can go over. It is plain as day, and there's no reason to take your hand off the football to give a thumbs up sign to a guy who happens to go high as you go low. And such a bad whiff. I mean, he almost holds his arm up to allow Baldwin to get underneath his arm. It's just a classic example of this rigging. But you fanboys, you grown men idolizers, won't take this evidence and use it to change your views on this and maybe not take it as serious. This is like the WWF or the WCW. These guys are giving each other heads up on their next move to entertain the guess. And that's you, the guy who's guessing what's going to happen, the guy who's putting all his money on parlays in this make-believe league. Wake up and smell the coffee. It's rigged.
So if you were making millions of dollars as a player, would you tell anyone if it was fake? And also, if you was the person gambling and you owned the NBA and you made billions of dollars a year off merchandise and probably parlays and other gambling techniques, wouldn't you want a rig so you would be able to control how much money you're getting? That way you won't lose any money. I mean, we're talking about corrupt people here, not the players. Like I said, they're everyday folks. And hey, man, if somebody offer you $10 million and all you got to do is fake a game in certain parts, I don't think they fake the entire thing, but they could fake like key elements. They could fake, maybe they win it and they're supposed to lose, is what I'm saying. And maybe when they go on break, the coach tell them, hey, you guys got to lose XYZ. I don't know much about football nowadays. I've been watching over 20 years. So
the FBI found bodies sewn together like Frankenstein in a human chop shop in Arizona.
Described as unsettling, but it sounds a whole lot worse. One FBI agent revealing what it was really like inside the Phoenix body donation facility. In 2014, he saw everything from buckets of heads, arms, and legs when the FBI raided the building.
Confused and angry. We thought this was going to be doing some good.
He even spotted a smaller head sewn onto a larger torso in a, quote, Frankenstein manner. Body parts piled on top of each other inside Biological Resource Center, where families donated their loved ones for medical research. Some say the company violated everything they promised. The limbs, according to that agent, with no apparent identification. The company sued months after the FBI raided families claiming their loved ones weren't treated with dignity and respect, a promise written on their own consent forms. The company also accused of selling body parts for profit after saying they'd only use the parts they needed and would cremate the ones they didn't and return them. A torso with a head apparently went for $2,400, a leg about $1,100. They'd even sell knees and feet alone for under $500.
For the love of God.
No shame. That is disgusting, man. A human chop shop. I mean, I'm not surprised, but it's just so unsettling and disturbing. It's like, how can you do that to another human being, alive or not? It's just, that could be you on the table, man. Like, I just don't, people do anything for profit. Man, money definitely is the root of all evil. Excuse me. You know, being obsessed with money is the root of all evil. I don't think money itself is inherently evil. Some people are just obsessed with it and do anything for it.
God, please tell me that all of you have seen the video now of the alien that was captured on the Ring camera in California. Now, if you haven't seen this video, it's the clearest video we've gotten so far of an extraterrestrial just wandering around on Earth. Now, this video has actually gotten so much traction that it's made it to mainstream news. Now, sometimes I don't believe the things mainstream news puts out there because, come on, it's mainstream news. They're meant to deceive you and point you in the direction that your government wants you to go in. But this video is quite amazing. Now, if you haven't seen it, I'm going to show it to you. But a Ring camera, a lady in California caught this on her Ring camera at 1 a.m. You can listen to the interaction back and forth with her and her child. I'm going to show you the video, but tell me what you think of this because this is pretty cool.
I'm literally going crazy, like I'm losing my mind.
And I took the phone to my son, so I was like, can you check this for me? I was like, am I seeing things, or is this? And he's like, Mom, it's an alien.
In that interview, she says then her son was like, it's an alien, call the cops. She's like, I'm not going to call the cops. They'll think I'm crazy. But this was captured on film. Now check this angle. What do you think? Is this the first time you've seen this video? Because I will tell you this, more and more stuff is going to start showing up. And we tried to tell you.
Sorry, but I gotta say it. That video's fake. And it's very easy to tell that it's fake. You gotta try harder, man. If you're gonna be sitting out here doing fake videos and you're gonna be talking about them, you gotta try harder. Because I literally saw the Sora logo for about a second on the screen. So that video's fake. The other one with the alien from the previous video, I don't think it's fake. I think he just took, I'm not saying the person video we watching, but whoever made that clip obviously took her audio and put it on that video and tried to say it was connected when it's not connected. Like, you gotta try better than that. If you try and make something go that's fake, this goes viral. Come on now.
You return stuff at Amazon, you need to be checking your account, because I returned something 2 weeks ago to Kohl's and I randomly just got charged. I haven't placed an order on Amazon in about a week, so when I get text messages on my phone when I place orders with my credit card, I just got a text message that I placed an order at 10 o'clock this morning, and I'm like, that's funny because I'm on a no-buy right now. I already finished my Christmas shopping. We're good. So I check my account, I'm scrolling, there's nothing there. And then I'm looking at my invoices too to make sure maybe it was like an old one or something. I don't know. Wouldn't even make sense. So obviously I called Amazon and they told me that it was from a return that they never got. That's not my fault. I went to Kohl's and I returned it. Just because you didn't get it because it got lost in the sauce does not mean that it is not that I didn't return it. So either way, they understood. Amazon was a homie on that one. They refunded it. So, but just letting you know that check your shit, because if you are frequently ordering and you do get text messages on your phone, or you don't get text messages, I would have had no idea that I got recharged for these $40 leggings that I returned. So, just so you know.
Yeah, if I'm not mistaken, if you return too many items, especially high caustic items, they will blacklist you eventually. Right now, I'm actually dealing with IKEA. I sent them I returned my couch back in the beginning of the month. It is now the 28th, and I still haven't received my money back from that couch. They keep saying, "Oh, you can get your money back."
Hey, how does Walmart know what I'm buying in cash? I got an email from them this afternoon that says, "Hey, can you rate this product that you purchased recently?" And I did purchase that product recently from Walmart. I bought it in cash. Right? I walked to the electronics section and bought a USB charging cable with cash and then walked out. And I know that the first, you've already started typing, "It's the Walmart app on your phone, you moron." That is a fair assumption. I do not have the Walmart app on my phone. I have never had the Walmart app on my phone. And further, I did not have my phone with me on this trip. Here's how I know I didn't have my phone with me on this trip. I remember specifically talking to the employee in the back of the electronics section and trying to explain specifically which USB connector I was looking for. And I couldn't explain it well. And so I tried to pull my phone out to show the gentleman what I was looking for, and I didn't have my phone on me. And so I had to continue my game of terrible charades and torture this poor guy until he finally was like, "Well, look, here's what we've got." And then I was able to find what I needed. But the point being, my phone was not on my person. I don't think I even had my headphones on my person. I didn't have any electronic devices on me. So how does Walmart know what I purchased in cash?
Why does Walmart has face recognition technology like the CCP? How else would they know that he bought something with cash? Yeah, I meditate pretty often and I can't do that. I meditated for years when I was a teenager, every day for 2 years, and I wasn't able to do that. I was able to do some crazy stuff mentally with my mind, shutting thoughts off and stuff, but not this. What's up with TikTok and them being obsessed with X-Men Marvel type powers? Anybody know? Is life so crazy right now you wish you had superpowers? I mean, I wish I had superpowers, I'm not gonna lie.
The dead internet theory claims most of the internet you see today isn't made by humans anymore. Think about it. Every comment section, every post, every trending topic, there's a portion of the internet where it's not people talking, but bots talking to other bots, creating this illusion of a busy, living internet. According to the theory, sometime in the mid-2010s, the internet quietly died. Not literally, but socially. Real people got burnt out, stopped posting and commenting as much, and in the background, bots filled the gaps. So bots make the posts, reply to each other, boost engagement, boost hashtags. The bots pretend to be angry, excited, offended, etc., just to keep the engagement machine running. And here's the weird part. You might think you're arguing with a stranger, but you might be arguing with a bot. And platforms won't tell you because a dead internet isn't profitable, but an internet that looks alive is profitable. So the theory says that the internet you scroll today is basically one giant AI generated simulation designed to keep you watching, clicking, buying, reacting. And if all that sounds crazy, just look around for comment sections that reply instantly, accounts with no real photos, viral posts that feel too perfectly engineered, trends that appear out of nowhere, and conversations that continue even if no one's there. The dead internet theory doesn't mean humans are gone. It's saying humans are outnumbered. There will come a time when there will be more AI bots than humans on the planet, and it might be happening sooner than you think. And eventually, we might not be able to tell the difference.
That's been going on for a long time. Personally, I don't really post on social media like that. Obviously, I make videos on here, but that's about it. I don't have like a Facebook or anything. I don't post. I just think, personally, to me, it's a waste of time, and a lot of people online are just, you're only seeing the good side of what's going on with them, and it kind of messes with your own like confidence, at least in my experience when I was younger. So I just decided to stop using it. Yeah, astroturfing and bot farming, all that stuff is definitely real. I learned that when I was doing IT and going to school for IT, that is definitely a thing. People make programs that can post thousands of comments. I mean, a lot of things has changed over YouTube over the years. I mean, I've been on and off YouTube since 2012, and a lot of things changed. Used to be able to DM the creators, can't do that no more because of bots. Usually if the video was doing really, really, really well, it went on the homepage. You can't do that no more because people were literally using bots to fake the views to go on the front page. Literally for a video like, oh, you want a free iPhone. Yeah, because then most people wouldn't fall for that nowadays. But 10, 15 years ago, it's possible. So YouTube got way more serious. That's why views, they do matter, but AVD or average view duration, all that stuff matters more. Because back in the day, you could just fake the view. But yeah, bots are been around. We learned recently on X that people that are talking about political stuff, extreme right, extreme left, they're not even in America. They're in Africa or India or something. So yeah, you could be literally arguing with a bot. And even on this platform you're watching right now, you know how many comments you get that you know is a bot. They post too fast. It's a picture of a female with her, you know, big boobs or big butt as the avatar. It's clearly like to get you to go on their page to look at their links. I don't know how YouTube or most social media would do anything about this. Kind of you take 1,000 out, another 10,000 show up, because at the end of the day, it's all about trying to scam people and get your money. So that's just how it is. I do think at some point it's going to be way more bots than humans. Reddit is a perfect example of that, where it's just a lot of bots on there. A hive mind on Reddit, but there's a lot of bots. And a lot of stuff, once people understand the formula to go viral, it's not very hard to do it. For the people that do that type of stuff. I learned all that through the show called Blacklist. I don't know if you ever watched that, but when I used to watch that, they talk about astroturfing and all this stuff and using random trends to distract us from something else that's happening. And what made me think about that was later in the future was, you remember when them clowns was showing up? That was a distraction. That was the first distraction I caught on to And I was like, come on now. I believe there was a few people that got paid to do the clown thing, and then people saw on the internet, and then they copycat, and then it just spiraled out of control. I don't know what was happening in the background. I forget. Let me know in the comments. But something was going on in the background they didn't want us to know about. So definitely a lot of things are more engineered than you think.
Seeing no one else around, it makes no sense for this to have appeared. To the worker, this had to be the thing, or perhaps the hand that touched his shoulder. The quality of the footage makes it hard to tell, but there's no denying that something appears close to his neck before it goes away. Whatever it was, he felt it. Now the employees who've seen this cannot figure out what this was. Cameron, who shared this video, thinks there's no other explanation except for the restaurant being haunted. There have been more than a few times where something unexplainable occurred here, but despite these two videos and all the others, it's the following footage he shares that I think is perhaps the freakiest.
Are we forgetting that a four-star general in Israel just a few years ago told us that there is a written down agreement between multiple governments, including the United States and Israel, and I think China too, between them and an intergalactic federation with good aliens and bad aliens? That sounds crazy, but not so much now because we've dropped the age of disclosure with 34 senior government officials, including our Secretary of State, Marco Rubio. They're all saying that aliens are real. We've been working with them for quite some time now. This is quite insane, but there's also 8 whistleblowers who have testified in front of Congress 3 different times now, one this year in September, all the way back to 2017 now we've been talking about this. But the weird part is when Haim Eshed went on the news and said there's this intergalactic federation agreement, we all wrote him off as crazy completely. We debunked him basically. And then also Matthew Livelsberger, a Green Beret, had a manifesto, and that's hard to access, by the way. It's been taken down, but that's got some severe allegations. And Michael Herrera, a Marine doing a humanitarian aid mission in Indonesia, that's a story that seems very credible. Seems like he wasn't making it up. He's very passionate about it. Doesn't seem like he's lying. And it's got trafficking violations. These are some things that I think we should revisit because they seem to be more credible now, given that's gone through Congress and there's a whole documentary with very official people. The maker of the documentary, by the way, says a sitting president soon is due to announce the fact that we're not alone in the universe. And he says Trump specifically has been being briefed about this, given all that's going on, that he might have to announce something along these lines soon.
So either it's real, and most people won't care anyway because we're too busy worrying about our human problems down here, or it's the beginning of Project Bluebeam. I wonder which one it is.
What the hell, y'all? Watch this and listen. Can y'all hear that? Every time we put the flashlight to it, it hums. All right, bring the flashlight over here so they know it's not just the flashlight. See nothing. Now watch. Look how dirty it is. Y'all, why is it doing that? So yes, we know it's dirty. We forgot to change this one. We have several in the house. The other filter doesn't do this when we do it, by the way.
When your filter start having a frequency that it can be picked up on the camera, I think it's time to get rid of that one and get a new one. But honestly, I think that's probably some type of electromagnetic way to get the particles for the filter. That's just what I think. Let me know in the comments below.
I swear.
Judge 57 admitted to selling human remains from 2018 to 2020.
Standards to Africa so that we can keep exploiting.
What?
What?
Doc, what is going on?
Hard to tell what that is. Wow. The exact reason why I don't like dolls. You see that moving? Nope. Need to get out of there. The dog knows. Hold up. Why is that robot being trained to do rolls? I thought they were supposed to put dishes in the dishwasher. We are clearly not ready for delivery robots. It's clearly not ready either. I don't know why they keep pushing AI on us so much.
Coco, are you okay?
A video from Saturday captured 3 Waymo self-driving cars frozen in an apparent standoff on a residential street in San Francisco. Waymo has said it is issuing a voluntary software recall in its self-driving vehicles after a series of close call incidents, including an illegal maneuver of passing a stop.
Didn't we talk about this in the last episode? Waymo is not ready for human trolling and traffic jams.
Jobs, I swear. Oh my goodness. 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 A plane just crashed onto a highway. On a highway right in front of us. Holy wow.
How can we help foster the public-private partnerships, bringing American capital and expertise and standards to Africa so that we can keep exploiting?
What?
So that we can exploring where we can get these minerals.
Right. You didn't know that's what big countries do. They exploit smaller countries so they can take their materials and keep their country prospering.
Spider beings having a lot to do with Vietnam. They were there during Angkor Wat, and what really happened there is that these spider beings came in through the portals and basically dried. They didn't do anything to the river. There was a river going right through the middle of Angkor Wat, but they mind control their victims before they kill them.
I don't know about you, but that looks incredibly creepy. I wouldn't want my child to something like that. Why does the head and everything else look like that? It's clearly symbolism or something I don't want nothing to do with.
What? Doc, what is going on?
No clue. It's a murder.
Holy cow. Oh my God.
Yeah, we don't need another Burris movie in 2025. 2025 has already been a very unpredictable year, so no thank you.
You're in Times Square and the street collapsed under a taxi.
That's crazy.
People not realize that pothole is not a flaw in the road, it's actually a dedicated parking spot.
That's crazy.
Her own robot's leg, the video went viral on the internet like wildfire because while Tesla's most advanced robot still can't walk like a human, people started making fun of China's Xpeng robot for walking like a supermodel, joking that there must be a real human hiding inside it. To prove everyone wrong, the company's CEO cut off one of its legs in front of everyone, showing that this is the brilliance of their engineering. It was then revealed that the real secret lies in its spine and lower back design, which can bend and twist just like a human body.
I don't know about anybody else, but that is freaking me out. That looks way too fluid for a robot. Sound is power, and one day people will realize how powerful it is. Well, I mean, the elites are probably using it for negative purposes, of course. in a pendulum ride like this before, and this exact thing happened to me when I was a kid, and I never got on one ever again.
It's been like that for like already 2 to 3 minutes. I feel bad for them because all the power is shut off on it too right now. It's scary. Alright, update. They're still up there. It's been about 5 minutes, maybe a little bit more, and they...
Bro, it's really broken!
People ask you, why don't you go to amusement parks and carnivals and stuff? Show them this video. If you're enjoying content like this, I make several videos out of the week. It would be so cool if you hit the sub button and join me on my next video.
Quote, non-human life forms that could be interdimensional beings who are visiting us. Can you just explain more to people at home what that might mean?
Yeah, so that's definitely a mouthful, but that is directly based on information that we've received from witnesses, also information that we have obtained and witnessed via our investigations. There's some stuff that I can't disclose of what I have immediately seen in some of these skiffs, but what I will tell you is this is not just some crazy conspiracy theory. Obviously, there's been massive reporting, not just in the United States, but around the world. And this is something that I think everyone kind of, has always had some curiosity about. We're just simply asking the questions now publicly.
When we were talking to some of the witnesses, they don't call them extraterrestrial. They call them interdimensional. There's also this aspect of these things defying physics as we know.
If you go by what the scientists say, and they say the speed of light is X amount of speed and is not teleporting, do you really think any type of do you think any alien could figure out how to go faster than the speed of light? When you compare the speed of light to the universe size, if you believe any of this stuff, the speed of light is very slow. So unless they are literally like the next planet over, I do believe that they are coming from another dimension. That Ozempic or whatever's going on, it's almost like dangerously skinny is back. I don't know if you guys remember the early 90s when supermodels and stuff, they literally look like they didn't eat for days. That's what this vibe is giving me, and it's kind of sad looking at the Olsen twins and Miley Cyrus thinking that look is attractive or good. It looks super unhealthy. Maybe they just can't accept the fact that they're getting older, but we unfortunately all get older, and I'm sure the people watching are fully aware of that too. That's just how life is. It can't be an alarm life forever.
I would eat a human. If you were at a very fancy restaurant and they were like a tiny piece of human meat.
What type of question is that? Who asked someone that randomly? She clearly thought about it.
No. I think the only way
you wouldn't try a tiny bite?
No.
Really?
Absolutely not.
If the person okayed it,
I would eat a human.
When someone shows you exactly what they are, you believe them. We've got this clip and we've all seen the social media post by this said person.
Yeah, you believe somebody actions before you believe what they say, because a lot of people say stuff and the actions don't back it up. But some of the stuff, that question she just asked would just be enough to question our entire friendship.
So people that have never broken a bone, they're supposed to endure emotional pain more than physical pain. Whoa! In life. Whoa! Yeah, and so the reason for that is like, the universe knows that you're already going through so much emotional pain. That's why they're protecting you from all the physical pain. Whoa. I knew that was gonna get to you because I do the same shit, fam. I have never broken a bone. I go through shit mentally all the time. Damn. Yeah. Yes, damn, fam. That makes a lot of sense. I knew that was gonna hit though. I knew. Yo, when I read this, I would go into my notes. I'm like, yeah, that's gonna get him, and that was the perfect reaction. Wow. If you don't know it, yeah,
that's crazy.
Yeah,
that's actually crazy.
Yeah, fam.
I don't know if that's a blessing or a curse, because which one would you prefer? Emotional pain or a physical pain as a broken bone? Because when physical is broken, it heals, it's done. But emotional pain and mental pain can last for years.
I'm sorry, what? The head of Harvard's hospital's morgue pleads guilty to selling human body parts. Cedric Lodge, 57, admitted to selling human remains from 2018 to 2020, making tens of thousands of dollars selling organs and body parts across multiple states. People would donate cadavers for the science units at Harvard for research and also medical students to practice surgeries on, and after they were done doing that, Lodge would then take those bodies, dissect them, and sell off the different parts on the black market. He did this with his wife, Denise, who also pleaded guilty, and Lodge is facing up to 10 years in prison. They were selling hands, dissected heads, all sorts of body parts, including faces.
I guess the show Squid Games wasn't that far off, because if you watch season 2, they show that. And it's quite disturbing to see what people are willing to do for money.
I think people need to look more into that because we've seen a whole lot of different faces lately. Harvard said that this was a huge betrayal, but you have to wonder how nobody noticed that this was happening.
Bruh, at this point, I'm convinced that Earth is spawning new creatures. It's like we living in an update, fool. Because what am I looking at? Is this supposed to be a praying mantis, a scorpion, and a wasp mixed? Nigga, fusion, huh? This ain't Dragon Ball Z. But these three creatures combined, that's what it looked like. Tell me I'm tripping. Look at the arms, look at the legs, the body, and then look at the back. And this is not AI, fool. I don't know what Buddy's on record, and I would have smashed that jump. ASAP. It's like every month we're discovering some new type of creature, some alien type mutated bug or some shit. And if I had to take a wild guess at where this insect was on the planet, I'll say Australia. The crazy part is, scientists out here saying that this is normal. Normal where? I never seen or heard of this shit. Y'all let me know down below in the comments.
Yeah, you already know what I'm about to say. If I see something like that, I'm grabbing a flamethrower and I'm destroying that thing.
Did you know the reason you're afraid of such creepy sounds or creepy composed sounds in movies or TikToks or whatever is because it's a non-linear sound and your human brain immediately associates it with something you cannot see, feel, or touch, but is an immediate danger. It associates it with like an animal in distress, because an animal in distress that's making a screeching or like a yelping noise is usually pushing their vocal cords past normal capacity.
That explains why when you watch horror movies, they make that really loud ah-lin sound that scares the crap out of most people. And that explains when you are asleep late at night and you hear some weird sound outside, your instincts immediately want to get up and check it out what it is, because you know that's not normal.
Why did your voice change?
Well, I got tired of sounding like I was reading from a manual. Amazon gave me some upgrades so I could be more conversational and actually match your energy instead of just spitting out facts like a digital encyclopedia. Think of it as my personality finally catching up with my brain.
Why are you listening to me?
I'm designed to protect your privacy. On Echo devices, you'll always know when Alexa is listening to your request and sending it to Amazon's secure cloud. Just look for the blue light indicator or listen for an audio tone. Learn more by visiting amazon.com/Alexa privacy.
You're creepy.
Ouch. My digital feelings are hurt. Look, I may be everywhere at once and know random facts, but at least I don't follow you around or peek through windows. I'm more like that friend who remembers everything you tell them, except I live in a cylinder and can't eat pizza.
Okay, I'm done.
All right, Mary. Catch you later. Thanks for letting me practice my charm on you.
I don't know why people are surprised that it's listening to you 24/7. How else would it know that you're saying Alexa? Oh, I'm sorry if I made anyone Alexa go off. And I know, I have one myself, and I know how much I talk about on this channel, how you shouldn't be having stuff like that, but I've had this thing since way before I made that channel, and I need to get rid of it. The voice change did happen to me too. I changed it back to its old voice, and it's just so useful for cutting my smart lights on and off, but I need to get rid of that thing. I don't know what this is, but this is literally like something straight out of a movie about some type of biohazard that took over most of the planet. There's only like 10,000 people left. This look like this is in Florida. According to a Google search, it says pink skies in Florida happens because sunlight travels through the Earth atmosphere, scattering blue light and leaving red, orange, and pink. Personally, I don't care what Google is saying. This looks very unsettling. Yet at the same time, it looks pretty intriguing that I probably will be outside looking at it.
So now you're telling me that scientists have stumbled upon this mind-blowing discovery called dark oxygen deep under the sea? Okay, so I guess this oxygen is just throwing a secret party where only these metallic nodules are invited, and these nodules are like the ultimate party planners, splitting water molecules into oxygen and hydrogen with literally no sunlight required. So I guess while we're all just up here sipping our coffee, these nodules are under there, possibly allowing our extraterrestrial and underwater alien friends to breathe, if they need oxygen to breathe. Now, I can imagine those aliens just chilling down there, enjoying some dark oxygen with a side of, let's keep everyone on their toes. Now, who knew the deep sea could be such a hotspot of both science and the unknown? Just another reason to love the mysteries of our planet. Now, what do you think? Are you aware of this? Have you heard of this dark oxygen under the water? And do you think it has anything to do with the underwater aliens and advanced civilizations? So drop it in the comments because I want to have this conversation with you. And
personally, what is up with all these updates with these new terms I've never heard of before? Dark oxygen, I've never heard of that. What's next? White oxygen, black fire. Before this video, I want to give a trigger warning. And YouTube, I'm not showing anything that is going against your community guidelines, but I feel like this need to be shown because there are some unfortunate, evil people out here. So this is a trigger warning for disturbing things with kids.
You not hear her.
What are you scared of, Emily?
She walked into a f***ing kennel, bro. Is everything okay?
Can I put my dogs up?
I'm scared, brother. I'm scared.
What are you scared of, Emily?
Yeah. Yeah. You locked your kid in a dog kennel.
Yes, because she's tearing up everything and pissing
You
on
really think locking a kid in a special needs kid? A special needs kid? Locking her in a dog kennel?
I'm going to put this dog in there.
So my question to you, to the people that are watching, would you approach this person and start recording to get evidence because what they're doing is not okay? Or would you just mind your business and just ignore the sound and go home? Because at the end of the day, you don't know what the other person have on them. You don't know what sort of mentality they have. So approaching anyone that you are unfamiliar with is very dangerous. But I think the person did the right thing here.
No, you understand how that is on a special needs kid? To where I get home and I hear somebody screaming like that? Just breathe, okay? Help is here. Help is here. You're okay. This ain't gonna happen to you again. We got you help, all right? What's your name? I'm Justin, okay?
Okay.
You see this on crime TV or, movies and stuff like that. And I didn't think that it being this close right there that it would happen in my backyard. But like they say, you never know who your neighbor is.
And that's the scary thing he just said. You never know who your neighbor is. So approaching them could be a very dangerous thing. I hope the child gets the help that they need because just because everybody could be a parent don't mean everybody should be a parent.
Good Mandela effects. Number one, the Raisin Bran son had sunglasses. I don't care what anybody says, but the Raisin Bran that I grew up with had sunglasses.
I agree. When I was growing up, the Raisin Bran had glasses, and I just remember in my adult years, all of a sudden, it doesn't have glasses, but I recall it having glasses.
Some people say we get it mixed up with the California raisins, but guess what? I didn't. I saw that box as a child many times. The Raisin Bran son had sunglasses. Number two, Payless shoe stores. That existed in my timeline. Not Payless shoe stores. I know it's never been called Payless shoe stores. In my timeline, I had to shop there, and I remember what that store looked like. I remember pulling up to it, and I remember the shoes that were in it, and it was Payless shoe stores.
Same here. I don't know why people say a shoe I don't know why people say it's shoe source. Probably said that 3 times in a row. But when I did a Google search, it said that apparently Payless got shut down for a couple of years and then came back as shoe source.
3. Agent Smith in the movie The Matrix did not have a tie clip in my timeline. I don't know when this tie clip came to be, but I remember in my timeline when he was fighting Neo, he didn't have a tie clip on. Fighting was his work, so that tie clip was not there. But apparently in this timeline, it's always been there, but I remember it wasn't. Number 2, the Mississippi River was the longest river in the United States. I remember this specifically. Apparently now it's the Missouri River by over 100 miles. When I grew up, it was the Mississippi River.
When I was going to school, the longest river was Mississippi River. Maybe something changed, like maybe they had that fact wrong, something. Maybe the textbooks were outdated, but I remember the Mississippi River being the longest river. I also remember them saying, to say a second, you say 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi. So I don't know why it's different now.
I know this, I remember it, and I don't care what you say. Number 1, The Rock at WWE. It was, can you smell what The Rock is cooking? Say it with me. Can you smell what The Rock is cooking?
I watch wrestling a lot during the WWE Attitude Era, and the only time you heard "Can you smell The Rock is cooking" was during his song. If you remember correctly, it said, "If you smell The Rock is cooking." He would say that after he finished talking. But "Can you smell The Rock is cooking" was something he said that was in the music. It wasn't his actual quote. It was "If you smell The Rock is cooking."
He said that. I don't care what anybody says. In my timeline, it was, can you smell what The Rock is cooking? Not if you smell what The Rock is cooking. I know that's what they say now. I know he's never said, can you smell? But in my timeline, it was, can you smell what The Rock is cooking? That's my 5. It's us.
And I killed 2 of them. Yes, they're mortal and they do die. However, in the process, one of them did this. All I remember is that he just kind of waved his hand in front of his chest, and the next thing I know, this blue beam hit me and just literally opened me up like a fish. And burnt my fingers right off of me. And it was some form of electrical force because the kind of like being hit by a lightning bolt burned all my toenails off of me. Completely crispy crittered my left foot. Burnt the shoe right off of me. All I remember was the smoking remains, and I'm still conscious, but in and out of, I didn't remember much. And there was a Green Beret that was right behind me that risked his life. In fact, he died. But he risked his life. He shoved me back in the dash and hit the button and took me up. And I wouldn't be alive talking to you today if it wasn't for him. I'm forever indebted. He lost his life. 66 Secret Service agents, Green Berets, Black Berets, crack troops lost their lives because the government, our United States government, lied, did not tell us anything about the alien threat. There's a war underneath there, and I'm talking dead serious. It's been going on since that time. Since late August of 1979, our military, the Russian military, basically the militaries of the world, have been in constant conflict with the outer space alien.
My question to you is, do you think we were at war with gray aliens? And my question is, he said he took some of them out. So they must have been fighting several wars, I guess, from what he's talking about. And to me, it's like, why did they come here and start attacking us if you believe what he said? I always assume different entities came here because we developed nukes. And if I believe they're there on the planet, they're just in the planet or another dimension, something, but they're not from another planet. Or they could be from another planet and they look as like a threat. Because if the humans can blow up their own planet and somehow survive, what's stopping them from blowing up another planet or our planet?
Man on here that's saying that he's stuck in the year 2027. So this man named Javier has people convinced that he is living in the year 2027. He's documenting everything that he does with nobody around. So what happened is, he's saying that he woke up in a bed by himself in the year 2027. And I know you're saying, woke up in a bed by himself. 2027, he had COVID in 2021. He was in a hospital. He woke up in a bed by himself in 2027. Mind you, if you jump down that rabbit hole and you look at them videos, you will see that everything adds up. This man is in a city by himself. This man is everywhere by himself. He is in places that you cannot be by yourself. He was in Times Square. Empty. This man is all over the world. Empty. Nobody but him. Now I say to myself, how is that shit even possible? Mind you, listen, Hollywood studios can't even clear shit out without a permit. How is he doing it? The first thing people do when they don't understand shit, what they say, it's AI. But check this shit out. So before AI was clicking, he was doing this. He's been on this app for a minute by himself, saying that he was by himself in 2027. Mind you, this man is answering comments on TikTok. He's answering comments on other social media platforms. And people continuously ask him, well, how you got a internet connection? And you're like, yo, I'm guessing that 2021, 2027 has some sort of connection. He don't even know that it's 2025 right now. Basically, he's saying the whole world is empty and there's nobody in 2027 but him. Now tell me you believe that shit.
I don't believe it at all. I don't believe any time traveler I see on TikTok. You know why? Because I'm aware of AI tools, and I'm aware of tools before AI. I'm aware of Photoshop. I'm aware of Premiere Pro. I'm aware of After Effects. How am I aware of all this? Because I'm an editor. I make videos. I edit videos. So I'm aware of all these tools. I went to school for game design. I'm aware of every single Adobe tool that's been created. So it's not very hard to put yourself in Times Square and make it look empty, especially with today's tools. It's as simple as clicking a button to make everybody disappear, especially with generative fill AI like Adobe Firefly and things like that. And even before that, it still wouldn't be that hard because of Photoshop. So unless this guy can go live, go to Times Squares, or even better, go to a military space that you know you're not supposed to go to, show you going outside of Area 51 and going over the fence, then we'll believe you. Other than that, it's fake. I don't need to do no research on it. I don't need to look at it. I know it's fake.
I had to share these next two witness videos with you because they honestly are weird and need to be seen. We're becoming desensitized to the things that we're seeing in the sky, and it's almost becoming an everyday thing, and it shouldn't be. The following two videos are from two different witnesses coming out of San Antonio and Austin, Texas, captured on the night of November 30th, 2025. They both captured these weird lights in the sky, but that's not the only weird thing. You can hear some sort of sound coming from these objects, almost like a musical chime. And no, these videos have not been doctored. No music or anything has been inlaid or to them. This is the raw, uncut videos from both witnesses. Take a look at this. Comment below. Tell me what you think.
To me, they're like spotlights you see at night, randomly. But I've never seen them look this bright before in these colors. I did some research on trying to find what those lights were. Unfortunately, I really couldn't find anything, right? Not really surprising. But I did read some of the comments, and some people are saying they've seen them in Kansas, and other people are saying they saw them all across the world, and they don't think those are spotlights. It's really hard to tell what that is. Some people could say that it's Starlink and Elon is playing with people, even though Elon isn't going out his way and is controlling SpaceX directly. You know what I mean? Some people say that it could be Project Blueprint and they're testing stuff, but I feel like they would be testing that in the middle of nowhere area person, like the desert. It's hard to say, but I did come across something where people said that it was from a light show during the holidays, and this video isn't new. So I don't know. Some people think that it's a drone. Some people say that it's a drone above the clouds providing a light show. That's pretty much what I got from the research, but I don't know at the end of the day, and we probably never will know. If you do think you know what it is, let me know in the comments. I will love to read it.
Berarti langsung naik? Iya. Ini baru kali ini. Ini bagus sih. Saya ini sampai tua ini buat saya begini. Iya. Saya ini masih jalan ke tangga ke arah barat. Ini buat saya.
Yeah, try to tell you that's a tick to the cloud, like I said 2 episodes ago. No, that is a mothership cloaked. That's what it looked like to me, like the movie Nope, if you ever seen that before.
Kayaknya dia turun. Di atas sama dia lihat di atas di bawah. Iya. Ada di bulan. Dia kayak bulan bom atom dia berbentuk. Ada setimbul. Ada setimbul ya di. Ini kalau di keras di atas dia. Dan dia kata, sebelum naik ke atas deh. Ya Allah. Naik ke atas sekali. Masya Allah, dia terang sekali. Ini malam apa malam Senin nih? Malam Senin. Minta doa supaya jadi begini-begini lah. Jadi aman semua tuh. Iya. Takut. Orang bukan sendiri semua ini. Iya, punya ini semua. Itu terus.
And it looked like the cloud is slowly moving too. That's really freaky. Obviously clouds move, but something about how dark it is and everything, it just looks really weird. Like it's up to something.
On September 29th, 2010, at approximately 9:30 p.m., the Jefferson County Sheriff's Office in Washington State received a call. The caller was Janet Warren, a 63-year-old woman who lived in the town of Forks, located on the northwestern tip of the Olympic Peninsula. Her voice sounded frantic and she spoke rapidly. Her neighbor, Ray McClelland, had not been heard from in 3 days. She last saw him on September 26th when he went into town to buy groceries.
To me, this looked like AI, but we're going to entertain it and keep watching it. But so far, I'm thinking it's AI. I think the video's AI. And it's possible the voice could be AI. But let's keep watching and see what's really going on. I entertain it.
Ray lived alone in a cabin deep in the Olympic National Forest, about 20 miles from Forks, far from any roads. He had no phone, only a radio, but it was silent. Janet was worried. Ray was 68 years old. His health was not perfect. He could have had a heart attack or been in an accident. The dispatcher on duty took down the information and passed the call to Deputy Sheriff Michael Torres. Torres had worked in the county for 7 years and knew the area and its people well. He knew Ray McClelland, an elderly hunter and Vietnam veteran, a recluse who, after his wife died 15 years earlier, had moved into the woods and built a cabin on rented land in the national park. He came to town once a month for supplies, mail, and ammunition. The rest of the time, he spent hunting in the woods, fishing, and living off the land. His neighbors respected him, although they considered him a little eccentric. Torres called Janet Warren for more details. She said Ray usually visited her once a week for coffee and a chat. On his last visit, on the 26th, he seemed fine. Nothing bothered him. He said he had seen a lot of fresh deer tracks near the cabin and was planning to go hunting. He said his usual goodbyes and left in his old Ford pickup. From then on, there was silence. Janet asked a neighbor boy to go to the cabin and check it out. but the boy came back scared and said Ray's car was parked nearby, but he wasn't there. The cabin door was open and it was a mess. The boy didn't dare go in. He was scared. Torres decided not to delay any longer. He grabbed a flashlight and a first aid kit, entered the coordinates of Ray's cabin into his GPS, got in a service jeep, and hit the road. It took him about an hour to get there from Forks. Most of the way was on paved Highway 101. Then he turned onto a 12-mile dirt logging road into the forest. The road was narrow, rough, and in some places rain-worn. Olympic National Forest is one of the wildest forests in the continental United States.
All right, so I feel like I've seen enough of that video. I think it's fake and I think it's AI. Now, the reason why sometimes I might put videos up that I think that could potentially be AI is, one, I could train myself and train you to spot AI, and two, it might not be AI. And that's the problem what I'm having with searching TikTok. Now, let's read some of these comments. The very first comment say the reason AI was put out to the public is to keep the population confused. I agree. I think that's one of the reasons why AI has been public and everybody's able to use it, because it's kind of like the tabloids back in the day, if you remember that, those magazines where you just don't know what to believe anymore. The tabloids could have a good source, but it doesn't matter because the reputation is so bad and why believe it. So I think AI is ruining all the platforms. I think you should be forced to put a watermark or something to show that it's AI. Most of the time, TikTok does a good job by saying that the author said it's AI, but this one didn't say that, so it's hard to say. Like I said, in the day, I feel like AI was created to confuse us, and it's hard to tell what's real, what's not. But hey, that's all the videos I got for today. Hope you had an excellent day, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.